Hey guys, welcome to Approach the Nerd. It's your girl Maria Park and your boy Jet Groove. I have his YouTube channel in the description. Like and subscribe.
I did post a new video, by the way.
Yeah, and he posted a new video. Yep, I literally am so sorry. My camera, especially since the blackout occurred, no matter what I do, my stuff does not work anymore. I don't know what it is. I get in the StreamYard, I do a test early, it's fine. I go back in here, nothing fucking works. So it's all my fault. I had a 12-minute tech issue. I apologize. But we are here to talk about Peacemaker, episode 8. And really, we might as well just say season 1 because it's over. This was the last episode. The best episode of the season, and basically it reinforces that it's on crack. Hello, Mercenary. Thank you for being in the stream. So I'm gonna let you break down your summary because I know you love doing it.
It's a duet of pleasures.
Love it.
This one is actually, this is pretty simple. This is not a problem at all. So as you know, last episode of Dragon Ball Peacemaker, they killed his dad and stuff, and everybody met up in the ice cream truck and decided, hey, let's go kill the space cow. So on the way to kill the space cow, of course, Adebayo was trying to, speak to my man, Baby Cakes over here. Baby Cakes is making all kinds of dumb, stupid fart noises like he's 4. But I mean, hey, Baby Cakes, what Baby Cakes do. And then, of course, him and fake ass kick ass start joining in, making more fart noises. And now they're trying to be an adult. And they're like, I don't want to be grown. I'm a Toys R Us kid. So this happens for a little while. She tries to give him advice. He hears it, but he doesn't because he's Baby Cakes, whatever. So they get to the location and it's like, hey, I got all the helmets. He's like, oh, you have the helmets? Yeah, I got the helmets. And they try to find whichever one does what. Aiden makes a dumb mistake and says levitation or activate levitation, and the hat goes away. Very, Suicide Squad style. And then, of course, they try to get Eagly to take it, the Soundwave one across to the enemy territory. Eagly's like, no, because I hate that woman. He hates hardcore.
Hardcore. He does not like hardcore.
He hates Samus Aran. So he took the helmet and dumped it somewhere else and flew away because he's eager. So they went and got the helmet. They found it. But on the way there, Baby Cakes has a Nega Scott moment where he sees his dad, and his dad's not even there. Very anime, I guess. And then he shoots his dad with a dart, and it hurts him, and he falls over and doesn't wake up. So he killed his hallucination. Not really. We'll get to that in a second. But then I guess Samus Aran's like, what are you doing? And she thought he just marked where he found the helmet. He'll find everybody else. But no, he's going crazy. But it happens. It's okay to go crazy every now and again. So they get the helmet, and they're like, all right, we're going to get a Playboy man baby over here with a dyed beard to come through and, not explain, I'm lying, to come through and take the helmet over to enemy territory. He was like, why me? They said, because you're the ugliest. He's like, well, that's no fair. So they make him go out that way. He's walking through.
I like your version better.
He's walking through. He's all scared. He gets into the building after getting stopped by the guy from Scary Movie, the jock from Scary Movie, and then he throws up in a bucket because he's so nervous. But he's the ugliest. He has to go. So he's going downstairs. He sees the space cow that looks like one of those space bears, little water bears that out in space. He was like, nah, bro. He dropped the whole bag and left. He walked out real quick, and they stopped him again and asked him another question. He said, hey, I don't think you're convincing. Tell him about yourself. He says, what's about this person that you're inside of? And he just says straight up, I'm a loser and everybody knows it. I'm out here because I'm the ugliest, and that's no fair. And they were like, bet, I believe you. And I was like, hey, fellas, he dropped his bag full of stuff and then left it. Why? So everybody was like, zombie time. So they start chasing him down the field, and then of course,
that was a Train to Busan moment. I'll give you that.
It was very zombie-rific, if you will. Zombie-tastic, that may be. And I don't like zombie stuff, but I was thoroughly entertained when this happened. And, he's the ugliest, and he's not that good in shape. So of course, when he runs to the safety, he can't run very fast because Big Mama Pajama over there, he can't do it. So fake ass, kick ass, Samus Aran and Baby Cake start loading up, and he has a whole new shield like Captain America, but he can't use it that way. It's kind of funny. But anyway, they go out there and do some really awesome cinematic fighting that we were all kind of waiting for. Kick ass, fake ass, kick ass. He got, well, get to that point. it was even a moment, I can't lie, it was a personal favorite for me, where Baby Cakes threw the shield up and shot the shield and hit somebody else across the neck.
Yeah,
Like,
and also in the neck too. Yeah,
yeah, that was
that's
an
pretty sweet.
amazing sweet. Actually,
That's a
everybody was,
James Gunn original right there.
oh yes, everybody was doing gun kata and weird kung fu and stuff,
It's awesome.
and everybody had Batman skills. It was amazing. Like Batman, who get out of here? Get out of here, Ben Affleck. Get out of here. So of course, Baby Case goes downstairs to stop stuff, but like they forgot that they activated that helmet, which I forgot to mention, but I'm mentioning it now. So what? Fight about it. Let's set the helmet off like 3 or 4 times, like 3 or 4 charges, and it messed up a lot of them, killed a lot of them, and destroyed the little bunker, the barn house, whatever. So of course, is it Garth, the butterfly in question that he caught?
We're gonna call him Goth. I think it was Goth.
Goth, yeah,
Something like that.
his
Yeah.
his fake butterfly homie decides to try to go downstairs, in the woman's body and check on the space bear or the space cow. Sorry, move.
I was gonna say
Move.
the damn episode's got cow in it. Come on,
I
Greg.
know, but I think about the little.
What
They
you-
look like
what
he's
you
like
doing?
the little tetragrades, the water bears. It looks like. So I keep thinking about bears. Anyway, sorry, I like to say the word bear right now. But yeah, so he's going down there, and of course he falls through, and the whole roof collapses on him, like the Suicide Squad. Somehow he still survives. He's just really good at living and not dying. So Adebayo is like, I ain't staying here. I'm gonna help somebody. And of course, Playboy Man Baby's like, don't do it. I just got finished saying how my beard has died and I'm ugly, and I admit y'all that I'm the ugly one. You can't just leave me here and be ugly by my damn self. And Ada's like, shh, watch me. So she goes out there like she's her mother, but her mother would never do that. So I don't know what she's thinking about. But anyway, she goes out there.
I don't know. In the comics, there have been some moments when Amanda
she would take out a gun, but she ain't run across the field. But she will kill a motherfucker too. That's the thing. Amanda Waller is a ruthless thing.
She ruthless as hell.
You gotta keep your eye on her. If not, she'll stab you in the back. Like, she knows who Batman is, y'all. She knows who he is for a long time. Don't play. She's very clever. But anyway, she goes out there and she starts kicking ass. I mean, she was just shooting like she's been shooting since she was 4 or something. She was out there just not as cool as fake ass kick ass's point when he got shot in the back and then just threw the dagger like, oh man, like game over, and hit somebody in the face with it. Like, why are you so good at killing people? She's like
Vigilante's amazing.
She's like Deadpool levels cool at killing people. We just like, how'd you see that? How would you know if they were there? That's amazing. Like, how? Anyway, so of course a butterfly tries to go over Samus Aran and create a brand new Metroid, but Alde's like, nah, son, and grabs the butterfly and literally shoots it at point blank, which is a pretty dope moment, except you realize she just shot a bug in the face. So, I mean, like, hit a mosquito with a cannon, why don't you? So Alde's going downstairs and she's trying to stop stuff, and of course the butterfly from before, Baby Cakes' old pet, tells Baby Cakes, I'm not going to kill you. Actually, I want to show you something. Because rescues Baby Cakes from the rubble, and then she shows Baby Cakes the space cow, and he's like, ugh. and this is after Ade tried to stop her with a torpedo helmet. She shouldn't have hit the wall and hurt herself. Surprised she didn't break anything, but plot convenience. So as they're coming to figure all stuff out, oh yeah, Samus Aran got shot too early. If I had to tell you, she's on the ground, she's bleeding out. Whatever, we'll come back to that another time. So she's given Baby Cakes this whole sob story about how their planet fell apart because they suck, and how humans suck, so their planet's gonna fall apart. They're gonna make humans not suck no more. And then of course, Baby Cakes was like, activate the torpedo. He's like, what? And then launch Ade against her will, no less, into the space cow. Killed it dead. Super dead, killed it. And then of course, Goff was like, why? And then he shoots Goff all up in the shoulder area, and Goff flies out. No, in the chest. I'm sorry, it was a kill shot. All up in the chest. Goff flies away, and of course, the weird guy who tried to pretend the Hamburglar shot the other cops, he dies too. He catches the dead also. It's very contagious. It's dead things is going around getting everybody. So he takes Ade back up to the surface, and then like a real hero carries Samus off the battlefield. The ugly one, his legs are broken, so he's limping and such. And fake ass kick ass like, hey guys, I'm still here. He got up like it was no big deal. I don't know what he's made of. He really is a fake ass kick ass. He just can't feel pain. I don't know. And then, so they go to the hospital where Baby Cakes finally accepts Ade's apology. So maybe now he's man cake instead of baby cakes because he's kind of being an adult. And fake ass kick ass passes out and goes to the hospital finally. He should have been gone there like a week ago. And over a month passes. Adabi gets some bigger tits and tells on her mama on live TV. And Amanda Waller was not pleased with that. Baby Cakes was waiting for Samus to wake up, and when she did, he was there. And then him and fake ass kick ass played blowing up cars in the backyard because that's what real friends do. And the end of the episode is you see the butterfly friend being a butterfly friend. He just flying over there to get food because what else can he do? And he didn't get any other people, so I guess it's like, all right, I'm done trying this shit, y'all making this complicated. I'm tired. I'm tired of getting shot or shot at. And baby cakes or man cakes is feeding him. His dad shows up on the porch, so he's still crazy. It's okay to go crazy sometimes. Just be careful. And Eagly comes down and says bye to everybody. Not in English, but in Eagle language. And yeah, that's it. That was the thing. Cliffhangers.
I love your play-by-play.
Yes. Everybody's
of
welcome.
These shows. I really wish you were doing Arrowverse reviews with me because I really got to get you to watch one of the shows so you can do a play-by-play just like this.
I have to sit through that though. I have to sit through that and watch.
Well, how do you think I feel? I have to watch 4 shows and only a couple of them I actually like.
But I don't want to watch Batwoman.
I don't blame you. Well, that's a whole other conversation. All right, so Peacemaker. You got the recap. First of all, I don't think Eagly was looking like that's the end. I think he was looking like, why is this damn butterfly damn porch again?
Brought him a possum, make him feel better. It's like Eagle's like, I know you're losing your mind. I know you're going crazy right now.
Well, I mean, Garther, whatever I'm calling it. We're gonna call it G-butt. Butterfly G-butt. It's not gonna last because the cow's dead. So that's the little bit of crap that they had in that Peacemaker had in the jar was literally it. And he dumped it on the porch, and that's pretty much like the last meal because I don't think they're gonna find G-butt any more food because they'd have to get another cow from their planet.
No, I really feel like science could invent or create that food source for them.
Yeah, they could have actually just and I think if they had gone and done their own research, because they seem to be very intelligent, why didn't they find a way of synthesizing that? So yeah, I feel like that to me, you weren't trying to live.
No. No.
But there's a lot. I love this episode, but I got nitpick when Hardcore got shot.
Yeah.
And one of the butterflies was trying to go in her mouth, which was fucking disgusting, by the way. Yeah. And our girl out of bio came over and just grabbed it and then shot it.
It was like you could just crush it. You didn't have to waste a bullet on that.
But what's interesting for me is that Hardcore's like, go help Chris. And she's like, and do what? That was a really honest reaction. But she's like, go help Chris. And I was thinking, okay, yes, my girl came out there, guns blazing, was actually doing pretty damn good with those damn guns. She's like, I made for this shit. I mean, her mother's a sociopath. She's a sociopath, because I kind of feel like Amanda had to become a sociopath, so the gene is there. Yeah. But I feel like there are other butterflies running around. So you left her on the ground. Why didn't one of them just fucking infect Hardcore while she's still there, defenseless? Who knows?
They probably got scared and ran off. Like, I don't want no more of them.
I don't think they were that damn scared. They weren't that damn scared. And what the hell was Judo Master doing this whole damn time? He had a car. I'm like, what the hell? They got their asses all the way there. What the hell has he been doing?
Judo Master he needed his hot Cheetos. He had to go get some more.
He's like, look, I'm gonna be in this opening, and I'm gonna be in season 2 because we know now that HBO Max has picked this up for season 2, so we are getting season 2. So he's like, I'm making sure that I'm gonna be in season 2. That's what Judo Master was saying. So that's why he didn't show up, because he probably would have been killed off if he showed up at the farm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's talk about some stuff, and then we're going to talk about some questions that I have, because I got it. So you got your wish, Groove. Adebayo's wife was not a butterfly, was not turned into a butterfly. She went home. The 2 dogs that I think are actually butterflies, those damn dogs, they're cute, but those little dogs are creepy. They got running. They came out together like freaking, what do you call them? Like Stepford wives. I'm like, nope.
Come out together and in tandem and ram tour.
That, as a dog mom, That shit's weird. I mean, they were together. Like, like they're like, mom's home. Nope, take that shit right back that way. I liked the little kiss scene that she had with her wife, but they were turning the cameras around. I was getting dizzy, so I was like, I don't want to watch this anymore. Yeah, the thing. Chris absolutely is seeing his dad because his dad actually cursed his ass. I'm convinced White Dragon, his racism and like evilness and discrimination and everything that made him just a sucky human being gave him the ability to curse people before they die. So he, instead of voodoo, he had racist voodoo.
No, it's actually, it's kind of like Batman. I think it's Arkham City. I think what it was. Which one was it? Arkham City? Or one of the video games where Joker was actually in Batman's like subconscious. And
he was seeing him everywhere.
Everywhere he was going, he was seeing like, well, Brucey, this and this and this and this, whatever he was talking about. Like, we could always do. Always look at the redhead.
I know we can do, sit your ass down, Joker. But no, like I feel like he because he said, you will never be rid of me. You can shoot me, you will never be rid of me. And I'm like, man, he'll curse your ass. That man is evil. He's an evil piece of shit. So he's a POS.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was serious. He definitely died hard because he's physically dead. He ain't gone forever.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised they analyzed him and his soul was inside of Chris's body, trying to strangle his soul.
Missed opportunity. I should have called him Ghost Snapper. Missed opportunity.
You missed it.
Missed opportunity. Ghost Snapper.
It's okay. I call him Unfriendly Casper. But so that stuff, that being the last scene that we saw with Peacemaker tells us that he is not stable. He's not. And it could be a projection because he cannot face the fact that he shot his own dad. Yeah, because he killed his brother on accident. And I think that the trauma from it is what's really, he's manifesting it in his head. So he needs help. He needs some therapy.
Oh yeah, no, he definitely needs therapy. He's not gonna go get it, but he needs it.
I love that the team. First of all, the team are a team. This is the one Scooby gang I actually think is very cool, because I like, they're so different, but they work in a really dysfunctional way. It's just kind of cool for me. I know Amanda Waller's pissed because she even was sitting on that couch watching that. She's like, oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah. No, she's mad.
She's like, I made it all these years in my career and my own damn daughter sold me out.
I mean, but you know what, though? You shouldn't have had to do it in the first place. That's on you.
Well, my thing is, are you mad or proud? I'm just saying. I mean, she took a page out of your rule book and just, it just unfortunately sucks for you. So yeah, she called it out. She called the name of the project. She's like, it's Project Butterfly. We're taking people from failure. We're putting them to work. I can give you dates. Y'all should investigate this. And I love how John went to work at the prison. I know. Down there working. I don't know what he was doing, but I really want to know what his assignment is down there on his computer. So that's
probably
interesting.
Create another Task Force X.
Yeah, probably.
I was not going to stop using criminals for her dirty work.
No, she's gonna do it in a different way.
Yeah, like
it's a rehabilitation program.
Exactly.
Like, instead, she'll go to AA meetings. but I think it's interesting that I love that she cleared not only Chris but also Vigilante. My favorite, because I really love her relationship with Chris, because I really love the fact that the reason he acted so immature is because he was generally hurt. His little feelings were hurt. He was like, I thought you were my best friend. I mean, when he does that, it shows you that he really socially has not developed since he was a child.
No.
So he's in the same place he was when he was with his brother before he killed his brother.
Yeah, that's how trauma works anyway.
That's how trauma works. And but I love when they're in the hospital and she's like, I'm gonna make things right. And he's like, I just want to tell you something. Don't tell Vigilante. But Eagly's my number one BFF, and you my number two. And she's like, hear me? I was waiting for Vigilante to be coming like around the corner, like, what? So I do love that. And that also means because she is BFF number two, job security for season 2. Just saying. Vigilante, that boy does not, I don't know what I don't understand who he is or what he is. By all definitions, he should be a metahuman because he has blown himself
I don't
up.
get it either.
He's been in multiple attacks, stabbed, shot. He literally just got up after he got shot in the back and was like, hey guys, what's up?
Yeah, what's up? Like I don't know what is disconnected with him and he's clearly insane, but like he's good guy insane. I don't know how to place it. I don't know how to say that because
it's so weird that he comes off as this nerdy, bubbly, annoying little guy who just has the ability to like take a knife and throw it directly right in between your freaking eyes from a distance without even looking at you.
We have to talk about his accuracy. He is Batman and Green Arrow in one person with the sanity of Deadpool, and it's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. He has no
I love
money.
That you just dropped Green Arrow, by the way, when they made that Green Arrow reference. I was dying. I love their ability to trash talk Justice League members.
It's so funny. He said, well, the Green Arrow thing is probably bullshit, but the Aquaman thing is true though. And then they double down on it with Ezra Miller just look at him. Like, but it's not a rumor.
It's not a rumor. Yeah. So we need to learn a little bit more about Green Arrow. But this opens up a question for me. And I said this last week, okay? What universe, like how expanded is this universe? Because we know the Justice League is connected to them because we had Jared Leto. Yeah. And Jared Leto was a Joker. So we've already established that that's the same universe. And if that's the same universe, then the Birds of Prey, of course, Suicide Squad, because Peacemaker was in it, they're all connected in the same world. Yep. But now you're like name dropping Green Arrow. And I'm like, okay, so he's already been a part of this. So how far along is the Justice League at this point?
But that's a good question. Because I thought about that before. I thought about it when I watched Birds of Prey, like how far, because the Justice League themselves, like okay, when you think about it, Batman was in the first Suicide Squad movie. Batman was there, but he didn't really do much, but he was there though. And when you think
of the Snyder Cut, Joker was in the Snyder Cut.
Yeah, wasn't that a lot of it actually? And then it seems like they're using the same character from the Justice League we saw like in the Justice League movie, but that universe is different. They just look the same, I guess. I don't know, because I mean I really cannot tell because
it's fucking confusing. It is. I'm like, when you look at Shazam, we know they have a Superman because from the chest down, he went to the school and had lunch with him. Yeah. Now they didn't show Henry Cavill's face, but that doesn't mean that wasn't effing him. But at the end of this episode, we had a cameo from Jason Momoa's Aquaman and creepy ass Ezra Miller's Barry Allen in the Flash. Yes, I said it. Write me down. And they were talking, and so I'm like, I don't know. And see, I see Mercenary said, I think this is pre-Flashpoint. It's definitely pre-Flashpoint because I kind of feel like, and this is what I would do if I came in as a person to tie all this stuff together, like James Gunn. If I was James Gunn and I'm like, hey, like you need to fix the DCEU. I'm like, well, you guys have a Flashpoint movie coming out, right? Yeah. Well, we'll just use that to revamp everything.
Exactly.
Because, Arrowverse tried that shit with Crisis, but, it sucked from the get-go. So you can't really replace suck with suck. But, you can bring in some good shit. We got Peacemaker.
I feel like he's going to, because I didn't think about that. That's actually a good point. He probably is going to use the Flashpoint movie with the Flash, obviously, no shit, to basically, like, Doomsday. Everything. Like Doomsday, the DCU, all of DCEU.
Yep, I think this is going to be their Flashpoint because Flashpoint did make an impact, even the comics and even in the in the Arrowverse version. So like,
that dumb shit.
I feel like it left its mark. So like, this is a perfect way of the DCEU to say, hey, we're gonna go back and revamp all of this shit. My concern has always been that there are too many cooks in the DCEU.
Yeah, there are.
Like, I think that we could have had Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. No matter how you feel about Jared Leto, I don't have an opinion about Jared Leto's original Joker because I didn't watch the first Suicide Squad movie. I was busy; I just didn't do it. But he wasn't. I didn't think he was that bad at the end of the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. Mm-hmm. But again, that was only like 3 minutes. I don't know. But just I did see the Joker movie, and that Joker would have been F and A in
Yeah.
the DCEU as Joker. And so if you would have kept him in this continuity, that would have been cool. Now I know we're gonna have the Batman, which is literally a spinoff, and I'm kind of annoyed by that because I feel like if he's not this world's Batman, and then we have this version of the Batman. It's so effing confusing, especially for people who are just getting into the comic universe.
Yeah, I
Be
know,
like, how
right?
come you got this Batman? Heck, I mean, is this like Spider-Man? Is it the Batman verse? I mean, what the hell is happening? And it's stupid to me to have this many different, incarnations of the same damn character.
I really,
So
I really
it,
feel like they're gonna retcon that if it does well. I seriously do, because
and and the thing about that is that the only reason that, or the only way that would work is if everybody else was de-aged, because
yeah, oh
Batman
yeah,
is older than Aquaman.
yeah,
And so you can't have
yeah. That's
Jason
true.
Momoa as Aquaman and then have Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman and then have Robert Pattinson as Batman.
You know
It
what
does
they,
not look right. He's
you
going to
know
look
what
like
they do. You know what
what?
they'll do? The exact opposite of what you said. They'll call it makeup and be like, no, Robert Pattinson is definitely older than no, he's not. Stop everything you're saying right now. That is not true.
Is he
Chill
that?
out.
And that would be my issue, because you'd have, we're already, it just brings so many questions to my mind. We already have, the Justice League. Have no idea at this point. I'm trying to figure out how many members are in it, because we saw the outline of the stunt doubles for Wonder Woman and Superman, and of course, Aquaman and Flash. But they could have sent anybody from the Justice League.
That's
I would
true.
have been really, really more impressed if we had Aquaman standing there with a damn Titan in his hand, or have other people in Justice League that weren't in the Justice League movie. That would have been, or like Black Canary, anybody, just like a stand-in. I think that would be badass. But I don't know. I'm kind of like, where the hell are we in this world, in our timeline of the
That's a
Justice
good
League?
question. I don't think they even know yet. I don't think they've actually established a real order. I think right now they're just okay. So I think when James Gunn came in and did his James Gunn thing, he really kind
James
of
Gunn thing.
no, but he really kind of shit. I can't think. He really like put a nail on a dart on the board, or like where to aim at it. Because even though, like, don't get me wrong, some of them are really good. Like, not really good. I'm lying. Some of them. Shazam was really good. Let me just be clear. And I think Shazam would take place in the universe. And I only say that because the recent 3 DC movies that are coming out, Black Adam, Flashpoint, and what's the other one? Aquaman 2, I think. Is that what it is? I think.
Aquaman 2 is coming out, yeah.
Yeah, those 3. They seem to be putting them all together side by side. And since they teased Ezra Miller's Flash in this one, I feel like it's a more of a cameo, not as much of a throwaway gag. So I think they're going
I
to keep
think they were
them.
both filming, because both of the movies are still filming. So
But
it's
they
easy
did it
to
on,
pick them.
because James Gunn is not big. If you know anything about the Marvel fucking cinematic universe, he's not big on using characters and throwing them away just for
No.
like the hell of it. They come back. They always come back. So I think since,
But he
and
is
it is,
notorious for killing off certain characters, and I'm really happy he didn't kill anybody off in this.
yeah,
I was
he
really
is.
sad.
I was actually expecting somebody to
I was
die.
expecting somebody to die, Vigilante or when Hardcore went down. I was like, oh, he's gonna kill the girl
Kill
off.
Hawk,
I'm like, he's not
like
playing
damn.
around.
Like, I swear to God, I thought he was gonna kill Ade. Like Adebayo, I thought he was gonna kill her off for real. I was like, why would you kill her off? She like, don't make her go into the field. She's not like a field
he
agent.
can't kill her off. He's still recovering from him being
Yeah.
canceled before.
Yeah,
He'd be like,
you're right.
they were like, you killed the black character.
Oh, you killed the black woman, no less.
That was not the black female lesbian, the lesbian character.
Like okay,
So,
be bold. Do something else.
I'm like, James, I don't think you need this Twitter war. Like, he knew it. He went in there saying, I can kill everybody but her.
Yep.
Like, I can kill Peacemaker for her ass. But yeah,
that's why they killed off the I forgot his name now. Shit. The other butterfly, their leader, who's dead.
Yeah.
Who got shot all in the head.
I mean, I did like the fact that the Detective Song was a villain for a minute. She got her time to shine. She won a background character. Go.
No, she wasn't. They gave her a role.
We got some Asian representation in here. But no, like I'm so confused about this timeline. Like, I love what Jermaine just said. He said that they might as well make Robert Pattinson as this Earth's Batman Beyond. I would be I would literally leap through the fucking sun if they had made Batman Beyond, and they could do it. You know why? Because they have Michael Keaton already in the Flashpoint movie. So we can be like, hey, you may be Thomas Wayne, you may be older Bruce Wayne. I don't know who the hell you are in this movie, but you are Wayne. Whether you're your previous Batman self aged or not. How about we take you too and be your older version of yourself in a Batman Beyond movie? And then bam, and it would have been like, hey, and Michael, you know what Michael Keaton would be saying? Rolling in the cash, rolling in the cash.
Michael Keaton's about to get paid. He don't care. He's like, I'll do.
Show me the money. Look,
exactly.
He had no problem being Vulture and Spider-Man and roll over to DC. So you know what? Show me the cash. So why the hell they didn't think to themselves, hey, we already got Michael Keaton. Why don't we make Batman? Why don't we make the Batman Beyond? I'm like, I would have been cool with that shit. Yeah. I am not saying that I am not looking forward to seeing the Batman movie because it looks really sweet. It looks closer to how especially a graphic novel Batman is. He's got the anger down. I mean, he's in that stage where he definitely needs a therapist. And nobody's giving it to him. So he's like the street brawler Batman before he started becoming more refined and holding in his cray. He was actually lashing out. So I have no problem with that.
What was that comic? He called himself the damn Batman. That's what it was.
I don't know.
That was an interesting line. Batman was super violent.
They have so many cool names for comics. Remember Justice League Queer? JLQ. Really? Really?
I don't know if y'all did it for a laugh or shock value. I don't know.
They were doing it for Pride Month, rolling in the cash.
Oh shit! That reminds me, because DCEU was doing shit that Marvel does. There's the next DC movie they're trying to greenlight to get put into the works.
The Wonder Twins.
Yeah,
I saw that.
What the fuck for?
Hey, but you know what?
What?
That's OG, man. That's some OG shit. And I will tell you this. When they did that little cameo episode with Chicky from Warehouse 13, the one that played Claudia was in it. And she played the Wonder Twins' name just went out of my damn head. I'm so sorry. I knew it. It just went out of my head because I started talking about him. But she was the female, and then the dude from Seventh Heaven that played the youngest son was the obviously the male twin. They did a cameo. Yeah, they did a cameo in Smallville, and it actually was pretty damn sweet. Like it wasn't campy, it wasn't cheesy. I thought they did a really damn good job with them. So I can see them doing a Wonder Twins, and I can see them pulling it off. I kind of feel like DC has very kick-ass characters. The problem is the people that are making the live action movies don't understand that. So like, it's like, So I was like, we got all this power, but no responsibility. Just want to roll in the cash. We don't care how you do it. Just roll in the cash.
That's part of the problem right there, actually.
Yes, Simon Camden. Thank you, Jermaine. The one who played Simon Camden played the brother. But yeah, I feel like I absolutely feel like they have potential to make that really fucking cool. They can do it.
It's Zan and Jaina. Her
Thank
name
you,
was
Zan and Jaina. Yeah. So, but yeah, and then Claudia from Warehouse 13 played Jada. So
it is, to me, just funny because, and I always had this question. I understand that Zan turns into water and Jaina turns into animals, but whenever Zan turned to a bucket of water, how do he manifest the bucket?
I mean, I don't know. I want to ask this question.
If Zan can manifest metal, why you turn to ice? I just got questions. That's all I just want to know.
I remember reading a long time ago, it was actually that he, in the comics, were supposed to be able to turn into any type of material, not just liquid. And so I have to go back and find that because there were other people from their planet that turned into other shit. And I'll find it. They weren't the only original ones from where they're from.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I know more about Man-Eater. I know more about Man-Eater Lad than I know about the Wonder Twins. And that says a lot about my comic knowledge. I don't know. My Wonder Twins knowledge is based.
Lord.
Man-Eater Lad was kind of dope. It was kind of OP when you think about it. Eat anything. He sound like Eat Man. Well, not really. Eat Man turned metal into weapons and shit. But but
I know he could do I know he could turn into solid gas and like anything liquid or water. I know he could do that. I just know there was something about him being able to manipulate mass, and I cannot remember. I promise you, I can't, because there are literally issues where he turned himself into a damn like tsunami, or like what was it? Um, it was one where they were on that island and like they were trying to defeat somebody. They were trying to get off the island, and he made like a freaking typhoon. I remember that, and it's been a minute, but he's able to do anything that's within that, like, I feel like it's mass. I just feel like it's just mass.
Yeah,
whereas other characters plug to my shit, like in my WS, I have hydrokinetics, but they only can control they can control water, but they can also solidify it. So like anything to do with water, they can change the state of it. Mm-hmm. So as they can actually make like physical weapons out of water that hurt you. I feel like he has that same ability in a way.
I'm looking at it now. His powers are kind of out there. He can transform into water any state, liquid, solid, or gas, and add to his mass by incorporating water in his immediate area. And in the case of becoming a solid ice, he can also become any form he chooses, from a 5,000-foot humanoid ice giant to a cage for a criminal to complex machinery to the jet engine, as he did in the episode Eruption. Like, Jesus Christ! So he's actually kind of more OP than his sister.
They're very OP. That's why people always make fun of them. Like, you don't really know how really cool the twins are. I feel like, though, I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like if there was a bucket there, I don't think that he changed in the bucket. It was just cheesy 1980s cartoon animation.
You mean 70s
or 70s, where they like the bucket just came from the pocket universe. Like when you're watching anime like Kodomo no Omocha, like Child's Toy, and the fucking mallet comes out of nowhere, and she's able to hit you with the damn mallet. I feel like they had that same pocket universe.
Kind of like that. What's that old cartoon? The Globetrotter cartoon, like that kind of ridiculousness. Like what? Wait, what? Why? Like yeah.
Like I said, I mean, if I'm gonna play that game, I got questions on all fronts. I don't like when people have weapons in their hand in anime and then suddenly they just go away, and I'm like, where do they go? Where the hell did the weapon go? Like, I'm eating. No, no, that's not how that works.
He can also turn into like weather atmospheric disturbance, like blizzards, monsoons, water spouts, and typhoon. Damn, he's kind of really like powerful.
I told you.
But and Jaina,
one of the Wonder Twins, they don't know the OPness, man. They don't know. Jaina they don't know.
Can transform to any animal, whether real or mythological, from Earth or not. Like she can turn into like Kryptonian animals and stuff, and give Superman a problem. They don't need to be around each other.
They don't.
They are actually a problem. I didn't realize they were so damn dope. I have a brand new respect for the Wonder Twins now.
And we'll get back to that. We're gonna talk about that in a minute.
I didn't know they were that damn strong. Like, they can do that.
But check this out. Damn. Now I'm like, are the Wonder Twins in the Peacemaker's Justice League universe?
At this rate, I hope so, because I know Peacemakers.
They talked about Green Arrow group. They name dropped Green Arrow.
Green Arrow, yeah, they did.
So I mean, if you have Green Arrow and he is a B or C stringer in the Justice League, I'll make the rules, guys. It's just what it is. He is. I'm sorry. Green Arrow is very skillful, and some of his comic runs have been very cool, except for the issue where he did the shit he did to Black Canary, to Dinah, when she got. I don't know. They implied she was raped. I don't know. She could have been raped. Because he was like, Speedy's like back in heroin again, so I'm gonna have to leave you because I gotta take care of my boy. You okay though, right? And I'm like, you piece of a piece of shit. Yeah. But outside of that, he's not considered to be. I think it's because he is a Dollar Tree Batman. So
you know what though? Yeah,
he really is.
He really is.
And so he has similar backstory. He lost his parents. He inherited this massive fortune, and he decided to take from the rich, give to the poor. Robin Hood mentality as a Green Arrow, and fight crime. But I think because he's the Dollar Tree Batman, that's why Batman always treats him like he's the generic version of him, and that's why I love it. If you read Deceased, the zombie comic Deceased, they really play this forward where they're talking, and they were like, well, Batman had a contingency plan for everybody, and he was in his feelings because he didn't have one for him because he didn't think he was a threat. And I really thought that really showed exactly his place in the DC universe. I did not make this rule, guys. That is what they do to him. Green Arrow for me is the Yamcha from Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z of the DC comic universe.
Or like the Hawkeye. I mean,
Hawkeye's got more respect than Green Arrow does.
He gets more respect. But as far as the characters in his own, nobody reads Hawkeye comics. So like, I'm just being for real. Like, what's the last time you read a Hawkeye comic?
I read Hawkeye Kate Bishop comics.
You know what's funny about it too? I remember I can't remember whose review it was. I think it was the Cosmonaut variety show, whatever. But anyway, he reviewed it like a little bit and how he did not like Hawkeye, the TV show, like the series. And I'm not gonna say it was a perfect series, but it wasn't. I didn't hate it by any standard. I thought
it was a reinvention. It's not actually based on
exactly.
Like I don't want to spoil it for people if you guys haven't seen it already. I know some of you have because you were in my stream for that, but I just don't like what they did to the relationship between Swordsman and Clint, considering who Swordsman was to Clint.
Exactly.
That makes no sense to make them have no connection whatsoever in that series. I think that is really stupid. But I mean, they do that all the time. So Kate Bishop's whole backstory was rewritten. None of that stuff was actually what happened to her in the comics. So
the fun part about it was he said on there, I don't know why they called it Hawkeye when they really should have called it Kate Bishop because the show's about Kate Bishop. And it's like Kate Bishop becomes Hawkeye.
I know we need to talk about Peacemaker, but this is my opinion, okay? I agree with that. And I'm gonna tell you why. When Falcon and Winter Soldier came out, I really enjoyed that show, but I felt like they were doing too much. I felt like they were trying to focus on Bucky's trauma and how he killed dude's son, and then they were trying to deal with Falcon and dealing with the fact that people weren't ready and probably still aren't ready for a Black Captain America, and and on top of all that, they got to deal with everything going on with the terrorist group and everything else going on with trying to figure out pretty much where Baron was. Like all of this stuff was happening at the same time, and it took away from the core struggle that is the two main characters. And so for me, if I had done Falcon and Winter Soldier, I would have done Falcon, like 6 episodes of Falcon, 6 episodes of Winter Soldier. Then the second season would have been a Falcon and Winter Soldier collab. And then they could just deal with the terrorist shit and all that stuff. And then that way, everybody got their clout. Everybody got their origin story. We got to see how because Sam struggled to be Captain America for 2 episodes.
Yeah, that's true. They rushed the hell out of that. But then again,
it was rushed because they only had 6 or 7 episodes, I believe. So like they didn't have all this time to resolve all this shit. So
see what you want to do costs money. They're not spending
what I want to
that.
do is it actually does. And that's the thing. As somebody who went to film school, it costs a hell of a lot more money having all these big ass fights and CG shit going on than actual character development. Character development's easy. So having Sam actually struggle, having him, like we got to see snippets of his life through his sister, what it was like to grow up with his parents and all that, and how they got all this debt and how he's readjusting. And they show what it's like for a veteran of the military and also an Avenger. And that was not lost on somebody who's a military brat. How they treated people when they got out of the military is exactly how they were trying to treat him as an Avenger. They wanted to say, "Oh, thank you for serving. Thank you for being an Avenger, but we ain't giving you a loan. Come on now." So I think having more time to flesh that stuff out seems more believable to me than let's get that cash. You gotta hurry up and get to the next storyline. That's
exactly what they're gonna do. They're gonna go for that cash.
Yeah, and again, Wanda got more story than any of the others. Like if you really
because Wanda's whole thing was like Falcon, Winter Soldier, and Hawkeye in particular were very action forward. They're very forward moving series. They weren't set up to be like long tails. Those two series altogether depended on you seeing the previous shit to know what's going on. Whereas WandaVision, there we go. WandaVision, you could actually watch that without watching anything else and understand the story. That one was actually placed like a sitcom.
Well, you still have to know what happened to Vision, though. You have to know that part. And you have to know. I think you would have to have seen the second.
They slick recapped it though in the last.
Age of Ultron. You would have to have watched seen Age of Ultron at least. To try and get to that. So
they slick recapped it toward the end, but not thoroughly. But like the
Yeah.
fact that he was destroyed by Thanos and all that shit, how he came to be and all that stuff was like a small flash memory. But like the story wasn't even about him, the story was about her. And they really focused on Wanda. It was really all about Wanda. So like
Yeah, it was about Wanda, but we
that
got
was
to see snippets of Monica Rambeau's future in Captain Marvel, and we also got to see White Vision. Um, all canon characters in the comics. You know, we even got little Easter eggs of other characters, like the Sentry Belt that we saw on one of the soldiers turned into. I think he was like a circus like ringleader or some shit. I don't know. He was something, but he had on the belt. I feel like we did get to see all that, so I do agree with that. But I guess my problem is, and this is something that I saw, and when it started for me and Falcon and Winter Soldier, it also happened in Hawkeye, is that they decided to rush things by re-evaluating and then rewriting people's comic book history.
yeah,
And
that
for
did
Clint,
happen.
that is really for me a misfortune and an injustice, because he didn't get a solo movie. So only thing we know about Clint is that he's married to, close your ears, spoiler, Mockingbird, which we already knew he was in the comics. So her being Mockingbird is fine. But we only know about him being a father, him being a husband.
Yeah, that's true.
Being Natasha's best friend. What the hell were you before that? We don't know. We still don't effing know, because they didn't give him his due. So
they really didn't.
They didn't.
He's kind of used as a vehicle to help the story move forward. It does, but then again, this entire series was not about him. It was about her, about Kate Bishop and her coming into the new MCU.
No, and that's also a problem for me. If they should have done a Hawkeye first and then introduced Kate Bishop in the second season. And another thing they should have done is, because right now Clint might as well have been like a random Green Lantern passing the ring. That's pretty much how I feel about it. So I'm like, I'm crashing. I'm from the planet. You take my ring and move on. I was like, okay, this alien gave me the ring. Let me move on.
Isn't that what he is in the comics? I'm sorry. Who buys Hawkeye comics? I'm gonna reiterate that. Who actually out there reading Hawkeye?
You like Hawkeye just because you don't.
I just don't care. Like I feel
the same way about Natasha. Okay, I think Black Widow.
Yeah,
I get it. She's hot. You may want to bang her, but that's all you got. Just leave it alone.
Maria, here's the thing. I agree with you. Natasha's a worthless character. She doesn't do.
I'm not a fan of Black Widow. I don't
even know why they.
At least Natasha's version of Black Widow.
Yeah.
Now, I did like the Black Widow. Michael, I loved her because she was married to our boy.
Yeah.
And I feel like I would love to see Samuel Jackson married to Michelle Yeoh, and they cast her as
that'd be interesting as hell.
That would be interesting as hell, especially since they broke up because he cheated on her with her mother, his sister, and like 3 best friends. And and
that's how you do
it. We already know Nick Fury's a hoe. Anyway, so
Nick Fury is kind of awful.
He's a hoe. All right. All right, so let's get back to. I know we just crossed into Marvel land. We got distracted. So back to Peacemaker, because we were on track. So, my overall question, they keep dropping this whole universe that they've explained exists, which means the timeline in this is like crazy for me, because I don't know when the hell everything occurred now. Obviously it's after Justice League. But is Shazam in the same timeline as the Justice League? I'm assuming that's what it is, but now I got to go back and watch Shazam again to see when him and his best friend were talking, or whatever, adopted brother, when they were talking about comic book characters, did they name drop Justice League people? Because like that is confusing the hell out of me.
I think they did a few. I know they name dropped Superman and some other characters, but his adopted brother was a huge comic book nerd anyway.
Yeah.
But the superheroes in their world, they already existed. So when he got the Shazam power, he got the power of the gods. When his adopted brother found out, he was like, "Whoa!" Like one of them. He was really excited on that level. So I think that whatever time place Shazam takes place in, like Shazam, Suicide Squad, Birds of Prey, all that stuff takes place well after Justice League has been established. Like even Peacemaker by this point, and I think in the series, the Justice League have their watchtower in the sky. They have they're like 80, 90 something plus members that are involved in all that stuff. That's what I really think is going on. Because
so now I think we need to do a deep dive to see if Peacemaker is considered younger than Batman.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because
they reinvented stories.
They're all the same damn age. It seems like everybody's the same age. People that we know were younger in the comics, I feel like they're all the same age now.
Hell, they can make
I don't know.
Batman young as hell for this because Peacemaker's story has changed like 3 or 4 times now. So this Peacemaker's origin story is different than the last time they made him in the comics.
Yep.
So and that's most recently, and he was still part of Task Force X. So
and let's not forget about White Dragon. That's a whole other
mm-hmm.
a whole other thing. So yeah, yeah, it's just something I noticed when we were watching. I'm like, they've been name dropping lots of Easter eggs. When we were getting villains, we got Kite Man name drops, but no Kite Man is in that universe.
Yeah, I know,
They're
right?
making me feel like all of this shit happened like years ago. So then it's like, okay, then when the hell did this Justice League movie happen in their timeline? And if that's the case, and hear me out, because I know this is the key for me, okay? If the Justice League has already been established for a long time, and we got Green Arrow and all these other name drop characters, why the fuck is Ezra Miller still the same damn age? I don't understand that. Should I mic drop?
I will say, Nats. Good Lord. I will say, I don't think I have much to say. Maybe just a different universe altogether. Maybe the Justice League Snyder cut and shit. That might be a whole different universe. Just similar actors. I don't know. I don't know.
You see how that fucks with your head, right? I'm not the only one. Thank you. Because I was thinking, okay, the Justice League is established. They've been doing this for years. Peacemaker knows who they are. All these people have all of this information on Batman and Superman and Green Arrow, and all these people are established. And yet Ezra Miller, Barry Allen is the same effing age. He acts the same, immature as shit. I don't understand that whatsoever. And Aquaman looks like he's only a year older. So
I will say this.
I hate making sense in these streets.
I feel like James Gunn is just playing with the already like shuffled deck. Like he's establishing character, like how they started Spider-Man off and the Avengers without giving him a backstory until the most recent movie. I think it's the same thing. Like not the same thing, but like in the same thing. I think James Gunn he's working on because Suicide Squad shouldn't have been there in the first damn place.
Yeah.
And but for continuity's sake, it shouldn't even been a movie. But he's playing off of that silly ass timeline, and he's creating a universe based upon that. Suicide Squad depends on if you would already know there are superheroes out there. The Justice League is real, like because Task Force X doesn't come until the Justice League is well past the Silver Age by the time they have a Task Force X anyway. So like we're talking about like the original 5 or whatever are already there. They have heroes. I mean, Plastic Man is a hero. It's like the Justice League is there. Mr. Terrific is up there making stuff. Martian Manhunter, like they're well established before they have Task Force X. So I think that Ezra Miller, geez, crack, I got the name in my head now. I think James Gunn is playing off of that line, and then they want to do more stuff with these characters because he's good at it. So I think he's playing off in an already established world where this is already a thing. I think we wouldn't even see another Justice League movie for a long time, and it'd be something that's like. It'd be a movie where the characters already exist, but for some reason they're not talking to each other or they're apart. But they've always been a thing. Where like we'll see some like scene where like I don't know, like Zatanna is dealing with something and talks to Batman, whoever's playing at the time, whatever new guy they get, because they always change him like every 2 or 3 years, like a time lord. And he's like, it's like when are you gonna go back to the League? Batman's like, I work alone, and he walks off, whatever. She's like, except for Robin, some weird, quirky ass joke for no reason that makes people go, "Oh, I see what you're doing." But very tongue in cheek. That's James Gunn. He does that. He likes to put in those little jabs every now and again. But yeah, I think they're gonna do something like that. If they do another Justice League movie, it's gonna be one of those things where it's like they were established years ago, and they may do like little flashbacks to when they were high fiving and sharing ice creams after killing a giant space monster or some dumb shit. But like. I think they're going to do that, and they're gonna like without even giving them backstories of prior movies. They're gonna just cast a new Green Lantern and cast a new Cyborg, and they'll just do it.
Well, they're definitely gonna get a new Cyborg after all the shit went down. We're not hiring Fisher ever again. No. But no. I agree. Like I said, first of all, Martian Manhunter, love Martian Manhunter. You know this. They depowered him and character assassinated him in Supergirl. For me,
always
they
do that.
character assassinated him in the Snyder Cut because there's no universe where Martian Manhunter be sitting back saying, "Let's see what the Justice League do. If you save the planet, then I'll say I'll join you. If you don't, then I'm dead." I mean, that's literally what the fuck is? What kind of logic is that?
It's not logic at all.
Not logical
Actually,
at all.
that's stupid shit.
That's
They
some stupid shit.
in every iteration they depower Flash, Martian Manhunter, and Shazam in every iteration. They do it every fucking time. They make them extremely inept and like second to Superman in everything. It's like, why do y'all do that? There is no need for that.
Honestly, I don't even like. I will say this to you in Arrowverse if you were following it. Superman's not the OP in that either.
As he shouldn't. There's so many other characters and do stuff he can't do. So I mean,
right now they're making it seem like Barry Allen. There's a line in one of the Flash episodes where he's with Black Lightning and he's like, "You're the best of us," to Barry Allen, and I almost choked on my damn popcorn. I was like, hey, "What? The best and fucking shut up? What the hell? What?
You're the best of us. Sit your ass down. You are the best of us. Be quiet.
Yep.
Stop lying. Don't do that anymore."
Yep, you best of it, my ass. Anyway, I'm like, look, he wanted that check. He wanted that check. So yeah, after that, like the Superman that we have in Superman and Lois, he is not this OP person. He gets his ass kicked. A lot. He got his ass kicked when they first introduced him. I can't remember if it was Elseworlds, but I think it was Elseworlds when he came and he got his ass handed to him. Brandon Routh rolled in as Kingdom Come Superman. That shit was fire. But yeah, I love Tyler Holland. I was his last name wrong, but he was from Teen Wolf. That's when I first saw him. And I like the job he's playing as Superman and Clark, but don't ever assume that this version of Superman is stronger than everyone else because he gets his ass handed to him. It's just what it is.
I mean, but as he should though.
I mean, I know that you hate Superman. you don't. The thing is, though,
this is my thing. I don't hate him. I hate how Deus Ex Machina they make him. That gets on my nerves. You know what I mean?
No, you hate people also that are made to be invincible, which I kind of get. But I don't dislike Superman. I don't dislike Batman, but I'm going to drop some truths because people are always like pro Batman whooping everybody's ass, and I'm telling you, the reason that Batman truly does not die is because these people ain't trying to kill his ass.
Yeah, that's true. There's no way.
Humans were like, you know what? Fuck you, Bruce. His ass is gone. When Jon Stewart came up on him and said, the only thing you have over people is intimidation and fear. And guess what, motherfucker? I'm not scared of you. Batman didn't know how to react to that. He was like, I don't know what to do with you. I'm like, look. Intelligent, smart, angry black man with a damn lantern ring. Let's step off.
I turgidly believe that Batman is some kind of Time Lord. He just gets shot.
Everybody thinks he's fucking invincible, and I'm like, he literally had Bane snapping in half, and you want to believe you won't tell me that people that can literally headshot your ass from 2 miles away, continuously playing my ass.
It is so.
They're not trying. They are not trying.
He is so weird. I don't know. Maybe something in the cow. It just helps him see shit. I don't know. I have no idea. I know he can like bench press over 1,000 pounds, which is insane.
And I don't know how that's possible either.
He can leg press a ton. Like shit. Like with that strength, if a building was falling, he could literally catch the ceiling and some of the pillars and hold it so somebody can get through and then push that away. That's really strong for human beings, especially I remember one time back, it was like
they don't translate that into any live action Batman movie.
They never do because it makes no sense.
So it's not possible.
live action, everything is translated wrong. So, I mean, hell. But then I got a lot of gripes and stuff with that. But I can't even say that it's entirely like invincible characters. Like I love One Punch Man, period, and not just because the show was silly. I actually like what the show was doing with the character. I read the manga, and One Punch Man really cannot lose. But I really like his character. It's not that Superman.
I think you like One Punch Man because he doesn't put out how strong he is. As a matter of fact, every episode I've seen, he spends most of his time, number one, bored off his ass, number two, trying to figure out what he's going to eat for lunch. I'm like, literally, I mean,
which is so funny because he has enough power to one punch the planet and destroy it. So like It's like in the comic book, he's going through more of like an existential crisis because he is just too damn strong. And he's
Well, I
bored.
mean,
He's so
Goku is
bored.
a better analogy. People are like, I love Goku. And I'm going to tell you this. I think Goku is a huge dick. I'm sorry. I feel like he's a dick.
Goku
He's
is
a
an
dick.
asshole. He's not.
Yeah, so,
He's
I mean,
no. You may be right. No. I think he's an asshole. Goku shits on everything. Like Goku, everybody's having fun. We're eating barbecue and shit and chilling out. Goku's like, I just like punching somebody in the face.
no,
Why?
I mean, he rolled up in the Bulma's room in one episode and she was like naked and she started screaming. He's like, I wasn't looking at your saggy your titties. They just
Yeah,
saggy.
the
And I'm like,
Dragon Ball.
even Vegeta's
Dragon
like,
Ball
what
Super?
is wrong with you?
Dragon Ball Super is like, oh, I can't look at your saggy old titties. I look for something else.
This like he was like when Bulma was having the baby and Vegeta was like, I'm gonna stay here because I'm gonna basically do my duty as a dad. He's like, why? She's the one having a baby, not you. And he's like, and he literally is like, Vegeta legit says, I don't know how the hell you're still married.
He's like, he just like, what? Vegeta had a face was like, what like, what is wrong with you? Like,
but what the hell is wrong with you? Who dropped you on your head, son?
But then Whis comes in, it's like, oh, the baby? No, there she's here. Here you go.
Yeah,
all right, dude, come on, we got some training to go do.
Goku is just very strong, so everybody's like, oh, we're gonna give him accolades because he's so strong. But as an actual person, he's a dick.
He's an absolute
there
fucking moron.
She should have divorced his ass a long time ago. There's no reason to be married to him.
She's not gonna do that. The dick's too good, probably. She ain't going nowhere.
I mean, babies keep popping up. I don't know where the hell they're coming from, but still.
Especially he never kissed his wife.
And he doesn't have a job. She's having to support these children by herself because he's not working. His ass goes off for 2 or 3 years.
Goes off. You mean he dies? He fights, he dies, comes back, fights, dies again, comes back, fight. That's the most dying motherfucker. I swear to God.
He is again. Was my favorite phrase. He's a baby's kid. Anyway, I just had to put that out there. I had to put that out there. I see flaws and I see the cons and the pros in all characters. Batman is brilliant. He's a damn good detective. So I got to give him credit for that. But I mean, this man is not invincible. I wish people would get that straight. That man is only alive and he is only able to carry out these contingency plans because they let him.
Yeah.
He does it based on what he knows they will do because he knows that they are not going to try and hurt him.
Like unpopular opinion. Batman should never been in the Justice League. Batman should have stayed off and been his own solo character and only assisted whenever they were in his area. But Batman being around all these other characters,
that's kind of what he does anyway.
I mean, yeah. But to make him a member of all these other Titanist characters and shit is like, it's like, what the hell? Like, they're all so much stronger than him. And it's not like Batman's the smartest person in the world. There are other characters out there. Detective Chimp is far smarter. Mr. Terrific is, he's smarter than Batman.
But you would never know that because they butchered him in Arrowverse. And so everybody has this idea based on what they did in Arrow. Then, it's just stupid.
They butcher him in every animated series. Like they make him smart, but not like really smart. And then he's a gymnast and a world-class martial artist himself. Okay, and this is, people don't realize about the DC universe in general. Every man or woman in the DC universe that throws arrows at people or rocks or does detective work, all of them have martial arts backgrounds. All of them can kick and punch and flip and shit. That is not a fucking accolade for any of them. They're all martial artists.
Well, except for Renee Montoya. She was a cop, but she was more of a street fighter. She wasn't in the martial arts, and she held her own.
Yeah, but even in the police academy, you do learn martial arts.
But I mean, like her, like what I'm saying is, she's not like Lady fucking Shiva. She was
no, hell no.
Just like if you look at Black Canary, her dad did train her because he wanted her to be in GCPD, but I can't remember why she didn't get in, but like it effed her daddy up. But he taught her to brawl. And so she learned the basics of boxing and street fighting from her dad, but he was not a martial arts. She didn't learn martial arts till later. So
that's true.
So like I do agree with for the most part, but there are some characters that learn after the fact, which I think is interesting.
Well, Black Canary had a power or a skill or a weapon, depending on which version of the
originally she didn't. Remember her origin story? She didn't get that till later.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
And then there's the mother, and then her daughter actually became more of the more natural meta-human. That's a whole other thing. If you guys want to know about Black Canary, I did a spotlight. Go watch.
Yeah, she did actually. She very much so did. But no, like characters like that.
I really feel like I do agree with what you're saying though. I do feel like in the DC universe though, you have to have some kind of skill that makes you better than everybody else. Just what it is. In Marvel, you don't necessarily have to. The only problem I ever have with it's not a problem. For some reason, Marvel characters are more vigilante than they are in the DC
Yeah, they
universe,
are.
even though technically some of them are still doing the same shit.
Yeah. That's why I
But
like them more though. They feel a bit more real because they have more vulnerabilities, it seems like, than
they
DC characters
they
do.
do and they don't. It depends on the character. But like also a thing that I was going to point out is that Arrow in the Arrowverse seemed more like a Marvel show than it did a DC show. He came out like he was a vigilante. They called him a vigilante.
Oh
He
no, you're
acted
right. You're right. You're
So
right.
he had
You're right.
more of the Marvel mentality of being a vigilante. But the problem is
Yeah.
he got that little he got his accolades mixed up in his head and thought he was Bruce Wayne for a lot of that show. And was talking down to people and telling people, you can't do this in my city. I'm like, motherfucker, let me show me your badge. You don't have a badge either. You don't talk about I'm sorry, Oliver Queen. Can you show me where Oliver Queen owns Star City? I'm confused right now. Where's the deed?
You know what's funny about that though? What's funny about that is I feel like that's what Justice League was for, because they were all kind of running around in costumes doing shit in the cover of darkness, except for like Superman was the only one that was really respected in the broad daylight as a superhero. The rest of them really weren't. I mean, and Wonder Woman was respected by the military, but Wonder Woman herself wasn't respected like that. Not truly. I feel like the Justice League thing was a way to give them all like a license to snatch people by the wig and be like, hey, what are you doing? Stop it. The government says it's okay for us to do this. They don't get mad at us no more and call us criminals. That's what I really feel like. It's like the toughest guys in town came together and made a really strong group of we're the tough guys. And the government and the cops and the government like, oh, okay, they're tough guys. They take care of the criminals that we don't want to take care of. All right, yeah.
Well, and also think about this though. I don't know if you figured this out too. Everybody talks about the fact that Arrowverse, and I say this too, they like to rehabilitate their villains. And they act like this is a new concept, but it's not. That's a Marvel thing. Marvel did that shit all the damn time.
Yes, they do.
All the damn time.
So many Marvel heroes. So many Marvel heroes flip back and forth. They're villains one series, and they're heroes the next, and they're villains again. What was that one? He was like a bubble.
Look at some of the Avengers. I mean, Black Widow was a villain. She was an assassin, and it took a long time to convince her. Because remember, Natasha was sleeping with Winter Soldier. She was sleeping with Hawkeye. She did the rounds. But when Hawkeye joined, he was like, come with me. She's like, nah, I'm not doing it. So then she's hooking back up with Winter Soldier, who by the way, Winter Soldier, her and Winter Soldier always hook up. Like, I don't care who she hooks up with, she always goes back to Winter Soldier, which is so weird because the MCU made it so they didn't really even know each other.
No.
And she's the one that actually was with Bucky. I'm not saying that Bucky was not a friend of Steve Rogers. They were, but the person that really got him to do shit was Natasha, because JJ is powerful. And so she got basically they had this thing and he convinced her to join the Avengers. So like it's really funny because if you think about it, all of these characters were straight up villains. They were all villains. Ant-Man was a thief.
Yeah.
I mean, Scott was a thief. Let's talk about Pym. Pym was a wife beater.
Pym was awful, yo. Hold on.
And was a really awful person.
Pym was awful in general.
Yeah, so I'm like, when you think about all the stuff that's going on in the Arrowverse, and you're like, and we're also about, they're just always rehabilitating their criminals. I'm like, what have I been doing? Marvel owned the patent on that shit. Yeah, Marvel. And as a Marvel fan too, I'm telling you, I will call them and DC out for their bad behavior.
Yeah.
So
Marvel did shit for the longest. Marvel's fucking rogue gallery is just ridiculous. Because some people, I can't remember the character's name. He used to like create like bubbles or something. I can't remember. There are so many Marvel. I can't remember anymore. I can't remember. There's so many Marvel superheroes that have gone under the radar. But I mean, hell, if you count the X-Men themselves, those movies, like
he can read the bubbles.
I can't remember what his name was anymore. He like
he's trying to remember too.
He was a superhero at first, then he blew some stuff up and killed his friends and some other people.
Oh God.
Then he wore like a suit that always had him feel pain because his powers changed.
No,
or something.
He was in Suicide Squad. Why can't I remember?
I know. I just can't recall right now. I really can't remember at all. Man, I can't remember.
Oh my gosh. I want to call him Bubble Boy.
Yeah, well, that's not it.
But it's not Bubble Boy. It's like, I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it because I have to know now.
Bubble Man. Is that what it is? Is it Bubble Man?
Is it Bubble Man?
I think Jermaine found it. I'm about to Google real fast.
I think it is Bubble Man.
About to find out.
But
loud typing on the keyboard. No, it's not. Bubble Man is a Mega Man.
No, you're thinking of Polka Dot Man.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing Polka Dot Man. That's the thing. It's not him. It's another.
No, but Polka Dot Man has a similar setup.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah. And then the Dot, if I remember, Dot was weird that way too. I have to go back and look. I like Bart Allen said Speedball.
Speedball. Thank you.
That's
it. Speedball. Yeah. Oh my God.
I think no, but I remember that there was a little obscure character that used to hang out with the Vanguard, and his name was Bubble Boy. And all he just sit there and blow balls.
Like, if you want a fun game to play, if you're a real comic book aficionado and you have a lot of comics or just a lot of time on your hand, look up the most obscure superheroes. They show up like one comic or whatever, or one issue.
I've got tons.
Oh my God,
I've got tons.
One of my favorite ones,
Princess Emerja, who had the power to control all of the artifacts in the museum. She was beating Batman's ass.
Yo, the favorite one to this day from the Young Justice comic series was that villain, the Mighty Endowed. She was a woman with a huge chest. That's all she was. And she was a criminal, a career criminal. Like, what is this? Who wrote this shit? Like, why is this a thing? The Mighty Endowed.
The Mighty Endowed. I was trying to find a picture of her. I really wanted to know.
Oh no, yeah. If you find her, she's a real villainous character. The Mighty Endowed.
I really want to know. I'm gonna have to find this. I'm gonna have to find this character because that's yeah.
On the
that's the thing.
That's her right there. I'm looking right at her. From her name is her real name. Her true name is Nina Dowd. But yeah.
Oh yeah. But that's up there with what's his name? Wild Dog.
Dog. Just ass characters that like they're just there for a joke.
I made myself a hero by watching YouTube. Oh, we need to stop. All right, let's get back to Peacemaker because I know we're up an hour in. We only talked about it for like 15 minutes. Can we get carried? It's comic related, but I think I started something because I started talking about the Justice League timeline.
Yeah,
which I still don't understand. I don't get it. I got questions. All right, so to summarize everything that I liked about this entire season, especially to tie in with this episode, I can't call them the Scooby-Doo gang. We're gonna call them the Maker Gang. They call themselves, I forgot the name of their little band group text name. It was something kids, 422, 421 kids. I don't know, something weird. But it's based off a song that they liked, or that they all started liking. And I love this fact that all of these people came together and were able to form this group. And yeah, they were dysfunctional as shit, but it works. It absolutely works. They were able to bring stuff out in each other they didn't know they could bring out. Like John was the most introverted person on that team. And like, he was like having a therapy session with the damn butterfly. Like I dye my beard because, sometimes I'm lazy. And because honestly, I didn't think anybody ever noticed until one person called me out. And he's talking about
Peacemaker.
Baby cakes.
But on baby cakes. Hey, dye beard. Hey, dye beard. Hey, Diebeard, what are you doing?
And then you really started thinking about the fact that Peacemaker is a lot more observant than you give him credit for, because he does observe everything. And
he observes, and when he calls you out on your shit, he's usually right. That's the crazy part. It doesn't sound like he'd be correct, but it's like, no, he got you correct. That's exactly what was going on. He knew what you were doing. He was very clear about that shit.
Yeah, I think it was really cool. And I just Vigilante is another conundrum for me. Like I said, he's like two different people in the same body. He's like Samurai Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah.
Like he literally can be socially adept. He's and he can say the stupidest shit. Like when he asks, out of my, he's like, "Who's the woman in your marriage?" And she's like, "We're both the women." That's literally the definition of a lesbian. Like, and it literally like blew his mind because he was like, "Wait, what?" like
he's when he had to ask how sarcasm. What I know, let people know we being sarcastic. That entire
when he was trying to give examples about sarcasm and also actually, giving sarcasm had a lie. Like, no, you're actually just telling lies.
Yeah, at that point, if sarcasm is explained from the start, you're just lying to that person. Like the end credit thing where it's like, you watch your diet. You're gonna die one day. I don't want you to die, but sarcasm. Like, thanks, man. I guess.
But and then also the fact that he literally believes what he's saying. But
Yeah,
and then
he
John's
does.
kind of like, I don't know what we're talking about. He's like, join the club. And it's just like he told him himself. He doesn't know what he's saying half the damn time. And it's just like Vigilante is literally DC's Deadpool.
Yes.
I would love to
Yes, he
see
is.
Vigilante show up like Deadpool and other damn shit.
But this vigilante here is entirely different entity to me. I'm like, this is fucking
I think
insane.
it would be a different engine because with Ryan's Deadpool, he would just be breaking the fourth wall.
Mhm.
This character, actually, I gotta give it to James Gunn. This character, which is the Dollar Tree Deadpool, he doesn't have to break the fourth wall because there's something wrong with him. Like,
There really is.
By him just walking into a scene, he's already changed the entire dynamic of that damn scene. But what's so cool about it is he talks all this shit and he says all this shit, but he is still extremely badass character. We saw that many times, but my favorite is when he walked into that damn jail and sat down at the white supremacist table and he whooped he not even an effing afterthought. He was like, White Dragon would have been effing dead. He would have killed White Dragon. And White Dragon.
Oh no, he hit him. Shit, he kind of killed him anyway. Because when he came to that fight, he got him in the neck. He knew how to disactivate the armor. Period. It was like, oh, it's kind of obvious. Like he's kind of like an idiot savant. It's really weird. I don't know how to place him.
I feel like he's really strategically smart, but it's this fact that he lacks common sense, and he is obviously not book smart because I don't think he went. I feel like Chris, he didn't really go to school.
Yeah.
He has the appearance that he's been to school, but he has not been to school because if he did, he would know basic like survival skills. And what I mean by that, I'm not talking about out in the woods and stuff. I'm talking about surviving these streets. Like that man, he's working as a waiter, and I don't even know how he got that job because I feel like he can't even count cash.
Weird. Yeah, working at that basically DC Shoney's. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm telling you, he literally is our Dollar Tree Deadpool is a badass fighter. I feel like he's a badass strategic fighter. But when it comes to anything else, he's a flaming idiot. And I think that is probably why he's so interesting to me. He's a very complex, well-rounded character. And I would absolutely, because you really see him rolling in Aquaman. Aquaman, you just go like, hey, what the hell y'all doing? Like, oh, he's like, wait. You mean you guys are fishes? How come you don't have tails? Like, and as he's doing that, he's literally taking people out like left and right. And they're like, who the fuck is this guy? He's like, I'm no one. And he just like hops away. Like, literally, I can see that shit. I can see him just appearing in other people's shit.
Yeah.
I think it'd be effing hilarious.
That'd be kind of funny. Just him showing up different properties and shit.
And the Flash, I can literally say in the Flash, you were over here and now you're over there.
Over there.
Huh.
Hey,
that's
like,
lame. I can do it. I can do that.
Yeah. I can hear himself. I can hear him say like lame. I can do that.
It's completely lame.
And then Peacemaker's like, Peacemaker being a child, to do it. You can't do it, can you? You can't do it because you don't know how. Are you lying? You're so lame. He's like, lame? I'm not lame. Unless lame is good, then I'm pretty lame. Wait.
Is lame good?
Is lame good? It's like almost like a Scott Pilgrim thing when he fought against her third evil ex, just Todd Ingram. He's like, she dusts. So it's Friday. She's off on the weekends. So dust, right?
So I mean, are we wrong? Seriously, no. Are we wrong? We're not. So yeah.
Oh man.
That is the thing. Our Dollar Tree Deadpool vigilante. I mean, he's adorable. I'm so glad I didn't kill him off. But quite frankly, I'm beginning to see that he is also one of the ultimate Bebe's kids. He does not die. He multiplies.
He dies, yeah.
I feel like his physical body dies and it just recreates itself right in there, that spot. Because he got up. He was on the ground, passed the fuck out. He got up and he was like, hey, guys, what's up? Like, nothing happened.
Honestly, when it comes to superheroes, and I mic this on all the time, when it comes to superheroes, when they're super powerful, like they're aliens with a special build, like Superman and shit, I don't take much thought into consideration because it is whatever. He can't really hurt very easily. But like when it comes to human characters, they get trashed around and knocked down and shot and beat up, and they get up with a smile on their faces, like, huh, there's a flesh wound, and they keep fighting and shit. That is some of the most entertaining shit to me because you just took 4 bullets to the shoulder, my guy. Somebody emptied 3 9mm rounds to your shoulder, and a hollow point, like into your kneecap. You should be done. That's the end of this fight. You should be going into shock or something.
And he
No,
got up like,
get up and it's like didn't hurt.
but he's like,
Like,
hey guys,
what?
what's up? Like nothing happened. It was like nothing fucking happened.
Some
something's
superhero
wrong.
characters, some superheroes have that anime. They have that anime durability. They like cough
Yeah,
up blood and they still
well,
can
he has
fight.
main character insurance probably too because
Yeah.
he's a creation. But no, I think it's funny. And then also think about Vigilante's appreciation for BFFs because he considers
Yeah.
Chris to be his BFF. So he said that Adebayo was his 5th best friend. Remember, he's like, "You're my 5th BFF." So then that means there's Chris, then there's Eagly, right? Then John. So then who's the 4th person? Because
Probably Hawthorne or Harcourt.
do you think it's
Hawthorne.
Hardcore? Because I
Harcourt?
was
Yeah, I
under the
think so.
impression he didn't like her very much. So
But he
I
has.
don't know.
How many friends does he really have to
That's
like
true.
and dislike? Or
So
it could be
so Adebayo is the 5th
no.
favorite.
Wait. It could be that janitor because he did help him out.
Yeah, he did like the janitor.
Forgot all about that shit. Yeah, that could be him though.
So no, like I said, he'll just say shit, and you just kind of look at him like, "What's wrong with you?" like seriously, what's wrong? And the fact that I'm telling you, the fact that he doesn't even have to look to hit you with shit, like he doesn't even have to look at you. I'm like that fight scene was OP. He was one of the most OP people on that damn thing, which makes me wonder how the hell Judo Master beat him. Because that does not make any sense to me whatsoever.
It doesn't. I think he panicked. He was like, "Whoa, little dude."
Well, I know that half of his toe was gone at one point too.
That was later. That was later after Judo Master.
No, I mean, the second encounter. Remember, they fought him that second time after he was injured back at the place when they thought he was still on the couch, and then they fought him again.
But no, Peacemaker fought him that time.
He fought him in the parking lot. They had another round.
I know that, but Vigilante wasn't there for that. Vigilante was in the prison during that.
I have to go back and look at it because I thought there was one in between that because I know he fought all of them outside.
He did.
Beat everybody's ass.
And got knocked
again,
out.
And that makes me go back to what the fuck was his name? I feel like when the characters die, even though I know their names, I just get rid of them in my mind.
They're dead. I mean,
what the hell is his name? Hold up.
Sure you're talking about.
You will know in a second because, like, obviously, I have to fix this.
All right.
Mern. Fucking. Mern.
Yeah.
Why did Mern go out of my head? So, Mern is a butterfly. Yeah. How the hell did Judo Master beat him?
Man, that's a good damn question. Seriously. He literally knocked his ass around.
He was beating him like it was like, he got a D on his report card. I don't understand how he beat Mern, and Mern is a whole ass butterfly.
Was Mern out there in the field during that sequence?
Yeah, remember when they were the very first part when they were out there getting ready to shoot the politician family?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Mern was in the truck. I don't remember Mern being out there in the field.
No, because remember John hit him with the truck. John was in the truck by himself.
Oh no, I don't think Mern was out there. I thought Mern was there at the base. He was giving them orders from.
You know what? We're gonna find out. I remember him beating everybody's ass.
I don't remember Mern. No, stop. Mern was there because he got blown up and it didn't hurt him. That's right.
But my point is, if we've seen the strength of a butterfly,
I think Mern lost on purpose to hide who he was. That's what I think.
Fuck that. This is a mission. Whoop his ass.
Yeah, but I mean, Mern's not gonna really lose.
He took over a man who's supposed to be an OP type mercenary. So then nothing that he would have done probably would have been out of character for him.
Well, I mean, pulling out a gun or whatever, Judo Master could disarm that. But if he uses real strength against Judo Master, whole nother ballgame.
I know. I just kind of feel like if it was imperative for him to get rid of the cow and for his mission to be successful, taking him out would have been a priority. He would have found a way. I just feel like that's something that because they hadn't revealed him being a butterfly yet, that's why and I guess for me, I hate when they do that shit. I would have rather Mern not even been there, and then not have that.
Well, I mean, they kind of revealed him, got blown up, and was like, "I'm okay," but I don't know because like if him getting blown up was on accident. But as far as Judo Master is concerned. If he showed any real strength and hit him for real or picked him up like whatever else, new questions come in. Because remember, he is whatever the plan they're from. That butterfly was a warrior or a soldier. Yeah. Let's say soldier. So when you have a missive or a mission, you don't jeopardize the mission, even if it can take out a problem. If you solving that problem puts you out there, you don't do it. You keep that shit to yourself. That's very military. So I mean, like,
Yeah, in
that's
case you
part
haven't realized, me and Groove are both military brats.
yeah. But yeah, that's what that is. I think he really didn't want to reveal himself, so he just took the L.
I felt like there could have been a way for him to like go around it when they weren't looking.
I will agree with that. There probably
because
was a way.
his little friend that he thought was his friend that wasn't his friend from Supernatural, he was doing a lot of shady shit. He shot those two cops without any
no remorse at all. Laughed about it.
And if he was trying to keep it like trying to pretend that he was still on Murn's side, he would never let Peacemaker see that because he knew he was going back to him. So, and since he was a traitor, why didn't he just take Peacemaker and them out right then?
Because he's on Murn's side, I guess. I don't know. He was doing Murn a favor.
Yeah, like I told you I'm always gonna find those little question marks in shows. Because I mean that would have been a perfect opportunity to trade right there.
Yep, but
and be like, and then our problem, nobody can kill the cow. I killed your best shot at killing the cow.
Okay. But the problem is, well, Murn wasn't butterfly. Not Murn was, sorry, not Murn, but his.
I know the guy was on his side. He got turned into a butterfly, but I still feel like he was shady before that.
Oh, I don't get wrong. He wasn't shady, but
I feel like he was gonna follow the person that he thought would give him the best chance of being whatever.
I feel like Murn, and I cannot remember the guy's name at all. I feel like whatever they did to kill people back in the day, I feel like they were just like teammates. Kind of like how if Peacemaker asked Vigilante to do some shit, like shoot that child, Vigilante will probably just do it because Peacemaker said do it. It's not something he would question. I think the other guy was just one of those insane serial killer types, and he was where if he could find an advantage out of killing them to get Murn back on his side, but that wasn't a worry for him, then he would have actually killed Peacemaker. But since his whole job was keep Peacemaker out of jail, he's just following orders at the moment. I think that's what that was, if I was going to analyze that at all. But as far as Murn not beating Judo Master or breaking Judo Master's neck or some shit like that, I think that wasn't done for two reasons. One, Jay wanted Judo Master further on the story, so they just plot convenience. And two, they wanted a reason.
Main character.
Yep. And they wanted a reason for Judo Master to get knocked the hell out by somebody less able. I think James Gunn was going for the joke instead of he was going more for the punchline rather than the plot. That's what I think was going on. So like that's my opinion how he wrote it. But could Murn have used abilities when nobody's paying attention and not Judo Master the fuck down? Yeah. Hell yeah. That's easy. I can easily write that in. I just think he did. I don't think James Gunn wanted to do it. I think he wanted to find a way to reveal. James Gunn is a sneaky fucker. So I think he really wanted to find a way to reveal he was a butterfly without showing he was a butterfly. So no one would notice because the butterfly's abilities weren't displayed really in the beginning. Like we know they're like they scream like what do they call them? What's that movie? Damn.
The Screechers or Shrieks or something like that.
I can't remember.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But they scream and shit when they see people and point fingers and shit. And then at the same time, they can jump down buildings and fight people, but they can't take shockwaves. That's all we know about them up to that point. So I mean, like, we don't really know, like, can they survive an explosion? And clearly they can. Because that shockwave was really fucking powerful, especially at close range. So I mean, who knows? Who fucking knows? But like that's just the thing, So I mean, I think he was just trying to play on our ignorance. Like, so you look back and you're like, oh man, it was kind of obvious. It was not obvious. You don't know what the fuck Murn can do. He could be a superhero for all you know. He's kind of like introduced to the series. Like, we don't know. They reinvented Peacemaker from scratch. Like, come on, man. Be anything. So that's James Gunn trying to be clever but failing and end up being funny. That's that thing. That's my opinion, though.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like I always have question marks. I always do that because, like, whenever they have somebody who's going to be shady or somebody's going to have a power or whatever, they always downplay them up to like the last minute, and then you keep thinking, why the hell didn't you just do this and this whole damn time? So I'm always like that.
I get that way too, but it's like I get that way, and I think they wrote it like that for a reason. Why they write it, whereas this wouldn't be the thing? What are they trying to do? Oh, they're trying to highlight that. That's stupid. They could have done this different.
That's just haul ass dumb.
It is. It's like, come on, man. So I guess we're saying here that the writing could have been a little bit better, but it was still funny.
It was still good, but yeah, it did have some question marks. All right, so a girl out of bio who's played by what's her name? Danielle Brooks. She's from Orange is the New
New
Black.
Black, yeah.
And she's also, I saw the promo, like I haven't aired it, but somebody has shown me the promo. They're doing the Color Purple musical, and
she's gonna be in
she
it?
plays Sophia in
okay.
the Color Purple the musical. It's coming out next year, so
okay.
She's been working steadily. I mean, she was on Orange is the New Black, and she's done like a lot of episodic stuff. So Orange is the New Black, and this seems to me to be like her biggest like TV type roles. So yeah, so she's doing good. And now that they picked up season 2, she got another paycheck coming, so we're good.
Yep.
You know?
Danielle Brooks, keep making that money, baby.
You do it. It's funny because you know, she plays a lot of lesbians. I don't know what her sexual orientation is. I know she had a baby. I remember looking at an article about her having a little girl. So she has a daughter in real life. But I don't know anything else about her as
I don't either
an actress. But I will say that I absolutely love the chemistry she has. Comedic chemistry, especially with her and John Cena. I think they play off each other very well.
Wonderful comedic actress.
She really is.
She kind of pulls it together.
It is so natural too, because she gets this look on her face like, "Damn, you dumb. Why are you dumb?"
It's like it's that whole that's that. What the fuck is wrong with you?
It is so. It literally. I feel like sometimes. I mean, I don't think anybody had like any animosity or anything, but I feel like she's channeling some shit. Because whenever Peacemaker says something, she looks.
I can see that. I can see that.
Take my foot and stick it up your ass. It is effing hilarious.
Because he says some stupid shit sometimes. She's just like, the hell?
And like, sometimes it's delayed. Sometimes she just like looks at the ground like, please ground me, Jesus.
I mean, but even like when she was arguing with economists the same way, like the Berenstein Bears and Berenstain Bears, she's very good at, I don't know what it is. She's very good at calmly arguing as if she means it, but it's something entirely irrelevant, unnecessary to argue about. And it's like, that is fucking funny. Like I believe you talk like this in real life to people that get on your nerves. Like
I do. I believe that. I believe this is actually how she acts.
Yeah.
What was fucking hilarious to me is whenever she makes a point, like she's very smart, but whenever she thinks, she overanalyzes shit. And so she's trying to overanalyze what they're telling her, which you should never do because they're just stupid. And then she was talking to Hardcore, and Hardcore made that. She's like, "Well, why did you decide to come with us?" She said, "I saw a bird hug a man, and he said to stay." She said, "And that didn't tell you to run?" She's like, "Well, fuck." I didn't analyze it that way.
He said straight up, "Well, fuck." Like, damn, I didn't think about that. I forgot I had a choice.
I had a choice to make. I thought this was just a one-way street, and the bird was showing me the light. I'm like, no, the bird got 2 wings.
I'm not gonna lie. That entire show, though, I mean, I like her character, but Vigilante's my favorite fucking character. Vigilante's my top favorite of the entire show. He just entertains from start to finish. Like, everything he does is like, dude, you are the most awkward fucking character. And honestly, out of the entire group, the most capable. But you are so stupid. And it's just funny. I don't know what it is. He has a Goku complex. Like, I don't know if you can count or not. But
you know what? If he was Asian, he would be a very good Goku contender for a movie.
Actually, you know what though? Seriously.
He would, and he just would just act just like Vigilante, and people would be like, "He's the best Goku ever." I'm like, like right there.
What was that? Over sarcastic production said, "Crouching moron, hidden badass." Yeah, that's what he is.
That's pretty much what he is. Yeah.
Crouching moron, hidden badass trope. He seems dumb and plays stupid, but on the inside, he can really, really hurt you. That is not somebody you want to fuck with.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with him. But like I said, I felt like the entire time I was watching him, I was like, I really feel like the reason that he's able to be stupid is because he's so good at killing other people. And so, like, I don't even think that you could say he was bullied in school because he probably would have seen it as practice. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, you hit me. Cool. I see I can take a punch. I'm like, that's literally his mentality. Oh, I see I'm being tortured right now. And you want to see if I'm able to keep my mouth shut by letting him saw off half of my toe. Cool. And I'm just like, that's not what's happening here. But I love how he rationalized it. I love how Peacemaker can treat him like absolute shit, and he still says that's his BFF. And
I know, right?
Okay,
like, that is not your friend, man.
The thing that they would really need to worry about is if he ever got to a point where he felt like they weren't his friends.
Yeah.
Because then
Yeah,
they
that's a
probably be dead.
whole fucking
Yep.
problem. And
That
I
would be
think
a
he
whole
would
problem.
kick the shit out of Peacemaker. I'm not gonna lie to you.
And then
I
if
think-
you really think about it too, the fact that he killed his family, and he basically said he killed his family.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, he said, I don't feel anything. But I mean, how true is that? Because you get mad. So you feel something, but why don't you feel anything when you kill people? That is the big conundrum question mark that we have for Vigilante.
It sounds like psychosis for real. I know when you have those certain psychosis, is the only thing you feel is fear and anger. That's all you can feel. Because he can't see it. Well, I can't say that because he enjoys shit. Like he likes fucking, clearly. He likes getting high. He likes drinking. He enjoys killing people.
He was excited to be added to the group chat.
Yeah, like I don't know. He's just socially inept as hell. I don't know what it is.
He's socially inept, but I mean, there's something interesting. He gets rid of his feelings when you challenge him or say that his ideas are weird, and he's like almost offended by it. But yet he can kill somebody while he's being offended.
Yeah, like, I know, it's really strange.
Why are you doing this? Knife to the head. It's like for me, the only thing I can think of is that Vigilante, everybody that he kills, he doesn't make into actual people. He doesn't see them as real.
That could be true. That it could be on the spectrum or something. He might be just slightly autistic, and it's like that's just his coping mechanism. That makes no sense. That's so over the top, and I don't know.
No, I think he actually, the way that he does it is he disassociates by making everybody that he kills not real people.
It could be true though. I mean, that could be a way to do it.
I mean, he went and shot those 2 kids and the wife with no conscience, without even knowing that they had butterflies in them. He just did it because for him, it's like a video game. I feel like he looks at things like in that perspective, like he's playing a video game. That's what I think is happening with Vigilante. So when it becomes real for him, I think that's when he's gonna have issues.
If it becomes real for him.
Yeah, but that scene, I keep going back to that scene in that jail. I mean, he whooped that table. He whooped the shit out of him. I was like, damn. So and these were big ass guys. I was like, wow. Okay.
He beat their ass. He fucked them up so bad.
2 seconds from ending White Dragon. I mean,
oh my god.
I would really love to have a Vigilante show. Just a straight up Vigilante show.
Like, because he's clearly not entirely dumb. Because he put up a whole lot of Black history facts on that table. Yeah. And made references like, what about you? And you? And he's clever because he came up with all those insults and weird things to say to people on the fly. It wasn't like he had to like, yeah, well, your face is dumb. Like Peacemaker is garbage and shit like that. He's actually pretty fucking clever as a character. I just don't understand his emotional
like I said, Vigilante is the complex one of the group. Everybody else I pretty much got a handle on. You can tell a mile away that Hardcore has daddy issues.
Oh yeah.
So you already see it. You can see it. I know I got daddy issues. So I mean, I can look, we see each other. So I already knew her shit.
She got those in spades.
She got them in spades. Yep. John he's basically been somebody who's never had friends.
Yep. He was
his whole entire he's lonely. His whole life has been online, probably via video games and computers. And so him actually being in a situation where he has to constantly be social is hard for him. You can tell it's hard. But he seems to be adapting. He got his little picture of them, set it on his desk. I'm like, John, I'm like, what?
When I saw the end, I was like, that's adorable.
I'm like, John's coming out of the closet, y'all.
Look at that. They got done killing people that day. He cut a gorilla in half. That was amazing.
I think that was interesting. Okay, so we talked about John and we talked about Adebayo, we talked about Vigilante, even though one other thing I need to say about Adebayo is I don't know what the fallout's going to be with her mama.
Oh yeah, no, I want to know that one so bad. I'm so curious. Call
mama that ass anymore.
No.
She had this look. Oh, she's like, what the fuck?
I know she was mad. Waller was not pleased with what her daughter was doing.
Baby girl at all. And what's so funny to me though, I love that she did call the Justice League though. That tells you the kind of pull Amanda Waller has.
Oh yeah, no, she let them know like, hey, it's something going down. No, you don't see it, which is dumb because they killed Starro and the Suicide Squad. Where the hell were they? You know what though?
Well, okay, we've already established this throughout every version of a comic book. Where the hell is everybody else?
I know. It makes no sense.
It makes no, I mean, let's be clear. When Wanda was haul ass putting people in her little dome, where was Doctor Strange?
That entire time.
Anybody else? Where was anybody?
Strange that Doctor Strange at home having some hot chocolate. Man, we're not thinking about it. Like, saying, it's disturbance in the magical world. Oh, somebody has red magic out there. Looks like they create a whole TV world. Neat. Like, come on, man.
Because this
Damn.
surely is not affecting anything time-wise right now. Causing a fucking Nexus bridge is fine. Like,
Nah,
into the
it'll probably be
multiverse.
fine.
I mean, hell, in his trailer of his movie, he talks to Wanda and she's like, "Oh, so you heard about all the shit I did?" He's like, "No, I just want to ask you about the multiverse," which tells me that Doctor Strange isn't looking at shit. Nothing. Nothing. Anyway, but I literally, legit, with Peacemaker, I have hope for an expansive DCEU universe, because I feel like, again, I don't know where the hell the Justice League is in this. I mean, it could be 2 years, 5 years, whatever, which the timing's weird for me only because I kind of feel like all the heroes were born at the same time. I feel like Man of Steel, Aquaman, all this stuff happened at the same time on the same day. Like everybody the same day. Well, Wonder Woman happened in the 40s, so I'll give her that. But
it was one really bad Friday.
So yeah, it was a bad day. But like, I feel like Aquaman, like all of this shit happened, like all of their origin stories all came together, and they all became heroes on the same day. It was like, outside of Wonder Woman, Aquaman's like, I'm the king of the sea. Okay, I'm gonna be Aquaman. And then it's like, okay, Batman's like, I've been around for a while, but I was alone because nobody was with me. I had no establishing characters. The Justice League put in my time.
I was alone because Gotham is the hood. Even though clearly Amanda Waller's Adebayo and her wife are from Gotham anyway. So like,
yep.
What the fuck?
It's like, what the fuck?
like, what are y'all doing in Gotham? Why don't y'all move to Dakota? God. Dakota's a nice area. Why did it stay in Gotham? Jesus.
Well, because her mama's in Gotham.
So dumb. And Gotham's not like as far away from Dakota as like Metropolis is, some shit like that. It's like, move. Go somewhere else, man. Like, go somewhere where there's not as much crime. I don't know. Gotham is terrible. I would never live in Gotham. That's
Gotham is pretty much Hell's Kitchen for DC. I mean, what it is. What it is.
It is the truth.
I don't know. Like, I just feel like I love the universe that they're building with Peacemaker, and I feel like if they expand it, and this is why I'm upset that James Gunn did not decide to be like the Kevin Feige of DCEU, because I feel like, honestly, if James Gunn, I'm gonna put this out here, guys, people get mad at me if they want. If James Gunn had decided to headlight or be the head runner and producer for all of the new DCEU content, and he started connecting that shit, MCU would have a fucking problem.
Yeah, actually,
they would have a problem.
Actually, yeah, no, it would. Seriously.
So now I don't know if there's anybody else that they could get to pull in. I mean, I'm sure there are other people, but I don't know offhand of anybody that I would trust, to do what he did. I mean, what James Gunn did with Peacemaker and Guardian of the Galaxy, because let's be clear, Guardian of the Galaxy was okay, but until they came into the MCU, a lot of people didn't know who the fuck they were. And then on top of that, they weren't that interesting. Like, they were interesting, but they weren't. It's like this TikTok video my daughter showed me the other day. Well, they had like a black Spider-Man, white Spider-Man. They were going down the list of stuff that they were comparing in their multiverse universes or Spider-Verses. And so he's like, he got to Guardians of the Galaxy. He said, do you have Guardians of the Galaxy? And he's like, you mean supervisors of the solar system? And I'm like, exactly.
Oh yeah.
Supervisors of the solar system.
You're talking about that TikToker's name is Rich Black Guy. I remember.
Yeah, I effing love that video.
Yeah, he's kind of silly as hell.
He said it with such like confidence.
Yeah,
he was like, "Oh, you mean supervisor of the solar system?" I was like,
"What?"
Like, and the more I thought about it, the more that was a kick-ass name.
Yeah, supervisor of the solar system. Yeah, no, yeah, this and like all those off brands and shit. That was funny as hell.
That was awesome. That's another Dollar Tree invention, but I loved it. It's a DIY, a Dollar Tree DIY. But no, like, I feel like I really think that what James Gunn accomplished could be repeated.
Yeah.
I love Shazam. And if they had the same director do a bunch of other DCEU stuff, I wouldn't hate it. I feel like maybe that would be potential to bring in, new blood. Honestly, I think we should have a Mr. Terrific movie. I think that would be
insane.
that would
That would
be
be
cool.
awesome.
It
That
would be
would
cool.
be the shit.
And I feel like they owe it. Like if you can't do a movie, do a series, because I kind of feel like the strength that DC has always had has been in their animation. So like I feel like if they can transition the storytelling from the animation to have the people that write the good DC animation movies write your damn live action scripts. Don't hire these people outside. Get the DC people to write your shit. Because I feel like you could tell that James Gunn is somebody who enjoys comic books because he writes like he does.
Yep.
There are people out there that just do it. They're like, oh, give me like my favorite Brian what's his name? Singer.
Yeah.
I despise his comic book movies with a passion. Everybody gives him clout for bringing, X-Men and stuff up and blah, blah, blah. And I feel like he actually destroyed it. He took X-Men and took a huge fucking dump on the entire series and franchise and reinvented stuff, tried to make a wheel that wasn't a wheel, tried to drive a car that was a wagon. I mean, he was just a fucking idiot. So I don't know why he gets so much credit because their movies just sucked. But I feel like I really, really feel like there are other directors and other writers that write and direct these animated features that should be given a chance to direct these live actions. And I guarantee you they kick ass and probably save the DCEU.
So what you're saying is you have a favorite X-Men movie?
I do. I have a favorite X-Men movie. The one that's called First Class that had nothing to do with fucking Bryan Singer.
I didn't like First Class at all either.
I'm gonna
tell you the truth.
Continuity wise, though, because remember, First Class was based off a graphic novel that is an alternate telling of X-Men, so that makes it didn't matter. It's not the true X-Men run.
I'll be real with you. Like, I agree with you. Bryan Singer did fuck up X-Men, but in my personal opinion, there hasn't really been a good X-Men movie. I'm not one of them. Was like,
yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, because we had First Class.
Nope, I'm lying.
Mystique became like the OP and
yeah, I know. Like for some fucking reason.
Stupid. Yeah, because you already know the reason. Like you already know the reason. Come on now.
That's about lie. I did have an X movie I like. Deadpool 2. Love that X-Men movie. It's awesome.
Yeah. Mercenary, or going through your comments really quickly because we're getting close to our 2-hour mark. The show addressed some of your concerns. I have lots of concerns, so yeah, I believe you. I believe it did. I believe that it did. You already know that that's Gal Gadot at the end. It's not.
It's probably not. I don't think she's coming back to play. I know she liked Wonder Woman. I don't think she's coming back to play her again, though. I don't think so.
Yeah. He liked her gun fu.
Straight up gun fu.
He liked her gun fu.
Hit that gun fu, that gun kata. Goff.
Yes, yeah.
That's his name.
Yeah, thank you, Mercenary.
I forget it tomorrow.
That's Gal Gadot's iteration of Wonder Woman, but in reality, it was her double. Yep. That was her stunt double.
Yep.
I call for stunt doubles in my normal life. They just never appear. It kind of pisses me off. Either Vigilante has great endurance or some type of healing factor.
In this universe,
he
probably does, because he got out that hospital bed and just like said "you" and jumped out. Like,
I mean, he got off the ground in this episode and was like, "Hey guys, what's up?" I'm like
what? Like, dude, what harms you? Like, your feelings? That it? Like, you get your feelings hurt? That's all you can do?
But then he was in the hospital with Peacemaker, and he's like, you've been shot. Shouldn't you go too? And he's like, oh, I'm good. Then he passes out. He did not pass out to somebody reminding him that he was shot.
You know what, though? He probably needed some sleep because he got blown up. He fell asleep in the car. He wasn't even dead. He just needs a nap.
So his power, he has healing naps. That's his ability.
He has video game powers. Like in RPGs, you rest and all your health comes back. That's what it is. Vigilante. You just said, yeah, like life is like a video game. That's what his power is.
That's fair. You're right. Look, then somebody should have just gave him some mana and moved on.
Hey, I'm saying.
Who's the healer in the group, damn it?
Like shit. That man lives in a digital world. he's meant to be for a video game. He was manifested as real. Peacemaker's first friend he has, because used to being in like 16 bits, he doesn't have as much personality. So he's just like, oh, hey.
Oh my gosh.
That's
I didn't know this.
Awesome
Look
idea,
at this.
though.
And it's good to know that Marvel Studios helped out with Ezra's Flash cameo on the set of Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and DC helping out with the screen test for the actor who played Myrn, so he could audition for
Wow.
Wait, he auditioned for
Really?
Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
I did not know that. I gotta look that up. I just not learned something. Oh shit.
Yep. I'm learning some shit. I like Eagly too. Good job, Jermaine. We love that damn bird. I want that bird.
Eagly's awesome.
But I will tell you this: my dog, my lab mix Simon, he is so jealous when I look at other animals. Like,
serious?
Yes, he's like, oh, that's something cute. He'd be like, I'm like, cute outfit that they're wearing. Damn dog.
Poor Simon. Poor Simon.
My dog, he's super intelligent. My dog he's just as smart as Eagly, and I will tell you why. I will give my dog treats. I can't say the T word anymore, so I started using made-up language like in Sims. So we started calling them Yabadorms. Don't ask me why. My spouse started doing this shit. So my dog knows what Yabadorn is now, treats. So he will take the treat. He will eat. If it's a treat that's this big, he will eat this much of it. And then he will bury the other one either under one of his dog beds or somewhere else in the house. And then he'll roll up to you like you never gave him a damn treat and have the little look on his face like. No. And sometimes it works because we like stressed out. If you work or you're doing shit all day, you're like, oh, I didn't give the dog a treat. So you go give the dog another treat. Well, one day I just found a stash of treats, like just half of those treats that were like stashed under there. Like he has established his own crack house, but with dog treats. I'm like, this dog, like he had other dogs coming to the house that he was getting ready to trade shit for with the treats that are left over. And then my dog looked at me like, and?
No, Simon, eat the treats. We're not playing
like, this dog. Like,
no.
And I think that it's brilliant. I think he's saying to me, so it's for those days when you decide not to give me one and I did something wrong. I got your ass. I got a stash over here.
I'm gonna dig one out and eat on it. I'm gonna eat on it sad, but I'm gonna eat on it.
Oh, that dog. that dog.
Simon knows your number. Simon knows.
He knows. He absolutely knows. I don't want to watch Batwoman, every person ever.
I'm surprised the show still comes on.
I will tell you, we have to do a 2K video, a thank you 2K video for you guys. The reason I haven't done it yet is I have to make sure I'm at 2K. So right now I'm at 2001 subs. But it has gone every time I do an Arrowverse thing. Like I got to 2000 a week ago. And then I did the Arrowverse review. And I lost 5 subs in 2 hours after I talked about Batwoman. Because I can see the analytics. So I have to wait till I get to like 2010 because every time I say something negative about that fucking show, I lose subscribers.
Because Maria, we don't talk about Batwoman. We don't talk about Batwoman.
It's really pissing me off because I know people don't see that I'm part black. I get that. And I know I only get clout talking about anything black when I have my other friends that are black on the channel. It's just, it was that way with Blurred. It's that way with you. I am not allowed to speak about that part of myself because I look like this. So when I sit there and say I'm offended, my black part of me is offended that this woman is supposed to be representation of a black superhero, but they give you garbage fucking scripts, garbage fucking content, and the characters are poorly developed and poorly fucking written. I get so much shit because all you were hearing me say is I don't like black people. I don't know where the fuck that comes from, but that is what I constantly get. I literally had a guy call me a racist over that shit. I was like, okay.
You're right. I don't trust a lot of these motherfuckers. What's up? Come on, man. You gotta come stronger than that. That ain't it.
But I'm telling you, so that's why I gotta wait till I get to 2010. That way, if it drops down, I'll still be in the 2K realm, and then I'll do a 2K thank you video. gotta firmly like if I go check it now because I just talked about it, I may have just lost 2 subs. I don't know. We'll see. It could be at 1999. You guys will always see 2K because they round up. But believe me, I lost 5 subs after our last Arrowverse video the other week or last week. And it's all because of, and it showed me exactly the timeline. And this when I was talking about Batwoman. So people can't handle that shit.
Latino, I've been trying to tell Maria this for the longest fucking time. If she don't listen to me, I don't know.
What?
Like, do you think if you watch a show you actually like instead of Batwoman, that your problem with losing subs would disappear? I feel bad for you having to watch Batwoman. Listen, I've been telling her this for the longest. She don't listen to me at all. Like, watch something else. Stop watching that shit. But she just like,
The only reason I
she's
even
like,
watch Batwoman is because I do Arrowverse reviews.
yeah, don't
That's
just.
it. I
Just
watch
omit
the
it.
Flash too. I mean, how am I doing? If I start picking and choosing Arrow, I can't call it
Yeah,
Arrowverse anymore.
that you
I'll be like,
can.
this is the one show. So here's Stargirl. I watch Stargirl. I watch Superman and Lois. I'm
You can do
still
that.
trying to hang on for Naomi because I mean it's boring as shit right now, but maybe it'll pick up.
I can talk about Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, but leave out GT because it was garbage. And that's just my opinion. I don't care what nobody says.
So
Some people
Dragon
like
Ball GT stands for Dragon Ball Garbage Trash.
yeah, I'm serious. It was just not good. It was just all the flash and nothing else. But like,
I don't know. I did like the scene where Vegeta like reached his hand out of the car and like those guys were checking out Bra and he like like I know his arm can like go that long, but that was a pretty cool scene.
Talking about the very beginning, like the first episodes, whatever.
Yeah,
it gets worse. So like, if you haven't watched it all the way through,
I mean, I haven't seen it. I've done like Walla for it though. Like I was like our additional characters for GT.
Super Android 17, the stupid as the Dark Dragon Balls thing, man. The all fighting all 7 dragons and Omega Shenron. It was just a whole lot of.
Did you say they fought 7 dragons and took a major shit on them? Because that's cool. That's a cool ability.
You know what? If they did that, yeah. Spoiler alert: Goku dies in the end. For real, he lives with the dragon.
You know what though? When people take a shit on the characters, like as a power, it reminds me of the horrible airbrushing job they did on one of my favorite games ever, Legend of Dragoon, where Rose does her demon gate and they split her open and it looks like she's taking a huge shit on the ground instead of impaling herself with a sword. They took the sword out and it's just like Demon's Gate. They should have called it Shit Gate because that's what she was doing every damn time. Like
Legend of Dragoon, that's a throwback. Die
more
and more.
They're talking about doing an HD remaster and redoing that whole game.
Really?
Like they did with Final Fantasy VII. Yep.
Huh.
And I'm telling you,
I want that for Xenogears. I want that for Xenogears so bad.
Xenogears, but Legend of Dragoon was always my favorite. I've always loved it. I don't know. Dark was an idiot, but I've always loved that damn game.
I never finished that one. My little brother loves it. I never finished it. Now Xenogears, I never finished it either. But I like that game a whole lot.
If you're into like I've talked about it. There's an anime called Symphogear, and I think you would actually enjoy it. It's more of a girl show. They do have a strong like male commander who's fucking A. You would really like. They
always do.
But when I say he's cool, he is fucking cool. But like these girls have these relics and they have to sing to resonate. So think of it as a musical with like girls with Gundam like fucking powers and god killing powers. It's actually very, very cool.
Huh.
I'll show it to you. It's really cool. Eagly was the sanest character. I absolutely agree. When they gave him the helmet, he was like, "Because I don't like this bitch. I'll take it that direction, but I'm gonna take it where you want me to take it. I'm gonna take it and then I'm gonna drop it, and then you guys can go work for it because I told you, you don't rule this. Like I run this story. Like people don't understand that Eagly. You saw what he did to the white supremacists group when he was ripping eyeballs out.
Oh
they
yeah.
Just had Eagly go have fun, and he just started going out and just started taking eyeballs out.
Eagly was kicking ass. Eagly kicked ass like he's been doing his whole life. Like that's Eagly's MO. It's just fucking people up.
I love it. I love him. Waller had a long time coming. I agree with that.
It's not over yet for her.
His nickname is Cobra Kai.
Hey, Cobra Kai never dies. I like that show, by the way.
I know. Okay. That's why your Christmas present for me was Cobra Kai related.
Yes. Love that show. Now I gotta give me a Miyagi-Do shirt with my Cobra Kai jacket. Oh, I'll be fly as hell. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna do everything I gotta do. I'm be suited up and booted up.
Bootio. Yes. Task Force X has become public in the comics, of course. Every secret organization at some point in time gets revealed in the comics because they just feel the need to do that to make it fresh, just to see what us readers will do. We'll be like, ooh, ooh. Remember when they discovered that Manchester was really the Manchester School for Gifted Children was really a front for child labor? Oh, yeah. I mean, was really X-Men.
No, it was funny. That's what all comics do. If who doesn't read comics, spoiler alert, they always throw these weird ass scenarios and see what picks up. And whenever most people bite on, that's a whole storyline now. Now they got a whole thing to play with. And that becomes a whole real continuity. And if you're used to the old shit, you're like, that's new shit. That don't count. Because whenever you start, if you never just picked up a comic book and read it and got into it, some of those stories end and never pick back up. But I'm serious, they just don't. But like even on like main characters like Spider-Man and shit. But what they'll do is they'll see people what's hooking people, and then when they find out what hooks them, they'll create an entire story on that based on that character and other adjacent characters to give them new backgrounds and stories and all of the dumb shit, and it becomes a whole thing. And then if you start off that way, that is your Earth One in canon universe, how these characters are supposed to behave.
That's
so then,
your
like,
origin story. It's your golden age or
it
silver
is.
age.
So when people like us who read comics since we were like children, and we see like the shit we saw on the TV screen, like what happened with X-Men, for example, it's like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is not what I know. But I mean, if you were like 4 or 5 of those movies came out, you watched them at that time, you understand Storm to be that, and Wolverine to be that.
Aurora was a beautiful, like, Nigerian princess, and they cast Halle Berry, who was mixed, by the way. She doesn't realize she's mixed, but she's mixed, by the way. And she would have never been cast today because of what's going on with BLM and what's going on with representation. There's no universe that Halle Berry would have been cast as Aurora Monroe in today's.
Not nowadays, no.
Not at all.
However, she's still making. She did that movie. Oh, why can't I watched it like a month ago. She has this UFC type movie she's in. She plays a fighter.
It's on Netflix. She directed it. I saw.
It's really it's good. I watched it. It's not like superb, but it's good. It actually is a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it. Can't remember what the fuck it's called though. Damn, but it's pretty good. It was weird because she was like she had a son that she forgot about, and I think the dad returned it to it.
I forgot my child.
Like, it's weird. It's strange. It's like this is usually the other way around. It's like I don't know how that's supposed to make sense, but. I don't know, but it's good though. You should watch it. Actually, it's a pretty good movie.
I will. I spend most of my time watching Korean dramas, and I watched
Rurouni Kenshin.
That's Japanese.
I know what it is.
But I did watch the Rurouni Kenshin movies on there.
I know you did.
Because I watched the original, like when they came out, the first 3 when they came out, and then these are the 2 that's supposed to represent Jinju or Revenge Arc. So yeah.
Honestly, I've really watched anime live action. The only one I really watched
Rurouni Kenshin live action is one of the best effing live action anime I've ever seen. I was so fucking. When I say that they put their ass cheeks in this, that is a compliment, by the way. Ain't playing. If you are a person who read the manga and watched all of the anime, even the fucking filler episodes of Rurouni Kenshin or the Hokkaido arc, or any of the Kyoto arc, I'm telling you, the version they did live action, the fight scenes, the music, the costume, I mean, that shit was on point. I've never seen a live action anime done as perfectly as they did Rurouni Kenshin. I'm throwing it out there.
The best one I've seen so far is Mob Psycho, but I didn't actually watch the anime really yet. But I watched the live action and I was thoroughly entertained. Like this is.
Did you watch Rurouni Kenshin though?
The live action, I haven't watched them.
Have you watched the anime?
Of course.
Then you need to watch Rurouni Kenshin, and you can actually just watch these 2 because it's a revenge arc. It's basically his past.
Matter of fact, I actually own the movie. I actually own the movie, the Samurai X movie, the one they when he had the Sambato at the time, but I'm sorry, not Sambato, Sakabato, but that's when they went against what was his name? I think it was Yaito. I think like somebody from the old regime was still trying to make things different, and
I have to go back because I know the Japanese title, so I don't know. Samurai X sounds like the American.
Actually, I have it on VH. It's actually in my closet. I'll grab it real quick. It's on VH. So I'm going. I'll look at the next question.
Okay, I will go to the next question. I've been assigned homework. Now the butterflies would be too afraid to mess with those 2 dogs. Yes, Adabao's dogs are very scary. I don't know what's going on with that. Racist Vu is cool. I liked it better than Racist Do because it sounds like racist taking a shit. So I like Racist Vu better. It was a lot of trauma for him to overcome. He's not that easy to get over. I agree. Chris's dad is an a-hole. As somebody who has a father who's an a-hole, I completely relate. The way I read the show was that after death images Peacemaker had of his father was the trauma he inflicted upon himself since he was a child. I agree with that. I think it's absolutely a complete PTSD trauma, pretty much inspired and fueled hallucination. Because there have been so many series and so many animes and so many like TV shows and movies that I've seen where people will kill somebody and then that person will just be there like the entire, I mean, just there. Sometimes they don't talk, they just sit there and stare at you. You know, so I mean, I just kind of feel like this is all in his mind. So yeah.
This one.
Okay.
This is called Samurai X. And I have VHS copies, so you know it's old.
Yeah. I have all of the Rurouni Kenshin series from back in the day subbed. Instead of Scooby, it's Eagly. Yes, the Eagly. Look at that. I
agree.
I like it. So instead of the Scooby Doo gang, it's the Eagly. It's the Eagly gang. I like it. Vigilante is Deadpool version 2. No, you Dollar Tree. I think this is pre-Flashpoint. I think I already went over that one. Is it Robert Pattinson playing the Batman? Yes. I think it's Elseworld multiverse thing with the Batman and Joker. It could be. I don't know anymore.
I don't know either. Like,
I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to do Injustice. But again, I mean, it just went all over the damn place. So I don't know. I want to see a flashback to Judo Master's origin story, showing him being trained by a wise and powerful sensei, teaching him key cultivation methods.
It was based on the spicy Cheeto consumption. I do feel like I find spicy Cheetos are spinach to him. He just eats some
Cheeto ninjutsu. Cheeto jitsu. I'm like, I gotta stop. They couldn't have Cyborg for obvious reasons. Yeah, that's true. They wanted Margaret Patterson as this Earth's Batman Beyond, which we already said, and I thought that was a very good idea.
Yes, I agree too. James
Gunn couldn't kill Harcourt. He's dating the actress.
Hey, was that true?
Is that true?
Is that true?
What? Hold up.
Oh no, I gotta find out myself. Wait
yeah, that's true. You will not get laid again when you get.
You can't kill her.
Let me go and see. Did not realize that because I thought. Well, I guess he's not. Okay, so is he divorced from Jenna Fisher?
I did not know.
Oh my gosh.
They're actually dating.
Jennifer Holland. Yep.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
Since 2015.
Huh.
She's 2 years older than me. So I was born in 76. She was born in 74. So interesting. I see. She's got 2 kids. Okay.
Well, now you know she's not gonna die. It's also why she didn't kiss anybody at all. There was no love scene for her. That's the reason. James Gunn was like, "No, we're not doing that."
My girlfriend, that ain't happening. Okay. I mean, I had to look it for myself. Well, you know what? I love getting educated on the stream because I'm be real. I'm one of those people that tries really not to give a fuck about the actors and the directors' lives. I do find stuff out accidentally, but like I don't go looking for it. So I appreciate you guys for like educating me. Batman Keaton has a new suit in the Batgirl movie. Okay, see, this is just telling me right now they should have done Batman Beyond. He's making the rounds already. Yeah. Why not? I don't understand.
I would love to see that. I would love Michael Keaton as the original Batman. Robert Pattinson. Think it would be
fucking cool, and it would have so much clout.
Oh my gosh, Terry
Batman. He was the first live action movie Batman. So
that'd be so awesome. Like in Terry McGinnis.
Michael Keaton was the first Batman to be able to be Batman in the dark. Because it wasn't nighttime in Gotham.
Never was.
Batman's villains knew he had to be home at 6 o'clock because Alfred had dinner ready. Just saying, better have your ass in that seat.
Good ass dinner of milk and tuna rarebit.
Yeah, and look, Alfred was always in the garden every day, getting those vegetables ready for the dinner. And they drive out, like, "We'll see you later, Alfred." And Alfred, you didn't see this in the '60s version, but let me see what this is. What really went down. Alfred turned around and said, "Yes, you will, Master Bruce."
Eating those foods might eat anymore.
6 p.m., Master Bruce.
Hey, Alfred, what's for dinner this evening? Chicken cacciatore, Master Bruce. Chicken cacciatore, my favorite. All right.
And Master Bruce, you better be in that seat at 6, not 6:01, 6 p.m., Master Bruce.
Like, yes, sir, Alfred. I'm going right now to wash my hands.
And then Robin's like, "Holy macaroni, Batman!" Yeah. It's 550.
He's
Oh,
like,
shit.
550.
Don't worry.
We
I
got
have a teleportation thing in my bat belt that's going to get us to the table.
like, Robin, hit the bat grappler. And they like grapple to the bathroom for some reason, like from the hallway. And he's just, Alfred is like, kids. He's still wiping the same plate he's been wiping for some reason. Like, I know that's dry now. He doesn't need to keep wiping that plate. He's just entertained.
Batman's ass got grounded. Latino, I love you so much. I want to see season 2 with Mr. Terrific being a heroic antagonist trying to get his tech back from White Dragon and Peacemaker's racist asses.
If they only.
That
would be awesome.
I can't call Peacemaker a racist. I'm not gonna call him.
He's not. No,
he's not. I think he was just he was brainwashed by his dad, but before all of this, he even got away from that mentality. He was not a racist. He's just somebody who is stupid and believes everything that he reads on Google.
I think Peacemaker has racist. He to say he's not racist and disingenuous. He is racist. He's just not prejudiced. He's not hateful. He's just dumb. He doesn't know. I don't. By
definition, he's not. I think he's ignorant.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like
now his dad is an absolute. He is the fucking definition, the Webster Dictionary definition of a racist.
Yeah, because
if you know his comic book, if you actually know his origin story, it's kind of sad because he was not like that until his parents were killed and his grandfather got to his ass. So
yeah, but I feel like I don't feel. I know. Because racism and hatred are two different things. And like racism is a term of ignorance. Like, because everybody's a little bit racist some way when you judge people because of their skin color, because of whatever stereotypes you've heard. But I think he has that because he just doesn't know. Like, to say he's a racist as if that's how he defines himself, I think that's disingenuous. But to say, like, you can't not say he makes a little bit racist because how can he not be? That's what he knows. He starts.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like if you go by the definition of a racist, it's basically somebody who, and I can read it to you verbatim. Here we go. I will read it to you. And this is why I say that he's not a definition of a racist. It's a person who is prejudiced against or antagonistic towards people on the basis of their membership in a particular racial or ethnic group, typically one that is a minority or marginalized. I don't think that is what he is. He's so ignorant that he has gotten hold of these stereotypes. And so he'll say it and then he gets corrected and you can see it. It's like the light bulb goes off in his fucking head. He's like, oh, he doesn't get it. He does not get it at all. He doesn't know what he doesn't know. And that is the difference between a racist and because a true racist, they know what they're doing.
Like I said,
so,
I'm not saying it's hateful, but let me take that back. To be on the English spectrum of what we consider everything, he definitely is stereotypical because he has ignorance. There's no way
ignorant. He's absolutely ignorant.
There's no way you can be a person, especially in the U.S., on any spectrum of any media and any real life, whatever the fuck. I'm talking about real alternate universes that you have no racist ideology at all because our country plays on black and white. I think it's more of
a bias. I think there are people that have more biases. I don't think you have to be racist. I think that some level you always have a bias against
I'm not saying you had to be racist, but I'm saying stereotypes, they play out so much. There's no way you can't have a stereotype in your head about something. Whether you believe it or not, you do know it exists.
I mean, there are stereotypes across the board. I agree with that. People, but the sad thing is, I mean, honestly, as human beings, we can debate this all day because, like, if you really think about stereotypes, if you don't realize it's a stereotype because you didn't take the time to research it, then it all comes down to one word: you're ignorant. That's what you are. It's just what you are. So, how did you guys like the new Doctor Strange trailer? I thought it kicks ass. I'm
so ready. I'm so ready for that trailer.
I am very ready for that too.
And I love it.
We need to go to the drive-in brew. We need to take our spouses to do like a little double date.
Actually, you know what? We could do that. We got to leave the car on the whole time. They have it where it's like part of the radio, isn't it, nowadays?
Yeah, you put the radio on the side and you play it through your Bluetooth. Well, no, they took that way. You do it through the Bluetooth now in the car. So yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. So like that's what I gotta get a full tank of gas and sit there for 2 hours, my car running. But
you really, as long as you're not moving, I promise you don't have your lights on. It doesn't take as much gas as you think it does. Okay. I know I have a Prius. I am a girl. I got a Prius, guys. I know. Just hate on me. But you know what? Girl goes to the gas station once a month. Snap.
We went to see Good Burger at a drive-through one time. We didn't finish. We just left. We went to go see Kel Mitchell, but that line was too damn long. I wasn't doing that. But but I remember like they don't have the things anymore. They don't have a little thing on the side where you just kind of turn it on and listen.
Well,
the side.
I know they have it on the where it's Bluetooth now, so it's
Yeah, I know that. That's
you
what I
put
was
it on the
like.
station. They don't have those like when we were back in the day when we used to take those big clunky ass speakers that had a horrible sound and had static,
I
and you put it
know
on
it
the
was
side of
so
your gun with
bad,
foot. Then you
so
couldn't turn
bad.
the
But
car on
damn,
or anything because you couldn't roll your windows up.
nope,
Mosquitoes come in there, tear your little ass. Yeah, it's
fucking
horrible.
awful. But no,
Horrible.
we might do that because if
Now
they,
we can do that now. We went and saw the last Spider-Man movie, No Way Home,
oh really?
and at the drive-in, it was fun. I love it because people can't kick your seat. They can't breathe on you. They
Yeah,
can't
that's
touch
true.
you. I used to love going to movie theaters, but people, I'm telling you, people used to piss me the fuck off at theaters when they put their feet against the back of you and they kick you. I turned around. I almost fought somebody. I'm like, hit me one more damn time in this theater. We're about to be the pre-show. So like, I don't subscribe to that. So like, I'm a person where I like to respect other people's space. And I want you to respect my space. And when you don't, we have issues. So that's a thing. So, that is that a Sagittarius thing?
It might be because I'd rather bring my own snacks anyway. Let me go ahead and fry some chicken or some shit and hang out in the theater.
I'm not gonna lie. I've snuck Chinese and Korean food in the movie theater before.
Hell
I'm not gonna lie.
yeah!
Bam, I'm gonna spend $30 a damn such damn. What's wrong with you? That popcorn didn't work all that. I get pictures of Wonder Twins being Doom Patrol members. So could I. Doom Patrol on HBO Max is insane. I absolutely agree with that.
I can see that.
Yeah, Gleek better be in the Wonder Twins show. I agree with that. I mean, they probably will. I mean,
no, you know what though? You know what?
They'll
do it. They'll do it. They'll do it and make it funny. Because I mean, back in the day, they Scrappy Doo type characters get annoying as fuck real fast. But I think they'll find a way to make it funny and not so irritating. Like Gleek.
He might be like Eagle. He might not talk. He might just
be a monkey.
Be the monkey that's just cool as shit.
Just a monkey on the shoulder, just like jumping up and down and like throwing stuff at people.
Or he could be like a cross between Rocket and a monkey and just be extremely intelligent and then think everybody around him is just stupid.
But then they'll get him voiced by like Seth Green or Seth Rogen or something. Like, hey guys, I'm gonna eat something. I'm tired. Like some stupid shit.
I don't want him to talk at all. I didn't want to.
I don't either.
Actual animal. Zan didn't change it to a bucket as much. There's just always happen to be a bucket around the twins for the sake of plot-induced stupidity.
I like that for the sake of piss.
Yeah, it's called piss.
I am going to use that. I'm going to use that.
Latino's got the stuff, guys. Latino's
on it.
He's on it tonight.
Piss plot-induced stupidity.
I've been slowly getting into Wonder Twins comics.
Oh my god, no! I'm still in the piss shit. No, that's you nail between the eyes. You hit some gold. I like that.
How do you think the Wonder Twins were handled in Justice League Unlimited? I need to remember the Wonder Twins in Justice League Unlimited.
No, they weren't technically the Wonder Twins. They were called Downpour and Shifter. It was an episode where two characters that transformed into an animal and a storm or something. I didn't
remember seeing them in Justice League.
No, they were there, but they were there in like idea, but not in character. And they had like the little thing when they hit each other, like they didn't know. They said like transform into, and then that thing.
I often think that the Wonder Twins inspired the Japanese series, the very first Pretty Cure series, because they could only transform when they touched each other's hands.
Actually, let me see.
So I always wondered if that was something that was inspired that inspired them.
Yeah, episode Ultimatum. There we go. What was that? It was that they were created by the government in Project Cadmus. That's what it was.
Latino said Jan can be like form of a Kryptonian cat.
And scratch the shit out of Superman. Motherfucker.
The little brother in Seventh Heaven, his actor name is David Gallagher. Yeah, he was also in Kingdom Hearts. I think he voiced not Sora. Sora's best friend. It went out of my head. Riku. Yeah. I remember in the Justice League Avengers crossover, Black Canary literally left Green Arrow.
Yeah, that happened. Yeah. That happened. That was funny as hell.
Can you blame her?
Come on, man.
Matt Freezy said he wants his Batman movie to be in a different universe. I mean, that's my problem with DC. He should be catering to that shit.
Like, seriously. Like, just stick with the plan, man.
Have a plan. Stick with it. We need absolutely. A plan.
You got a plan.
I will be pissed off if Black Adam is not in the same universe as Shazam. I'm just gonna say it right now because that'll make
it look if they put Black Adam in a different universe of Shazam, I will get a little bit angry. And I think it'll be because I deserve to be angry. Why would you But then again, if it's a Black Adam movie, it can't be him fight Shazam because he loses. So like, it has to be back when he was a hero first, and then became a tyrant or some shit. It can't be anything else. But I don't know because they couldn't put him with Shazam now because Shazam actually wins that fight. So I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. I personally prefer seeing Batman as a seasoned veteran among the community of heroes. What do you think of that? I'm for and against only because I don't mind him having more experience, but people are super obsessed with Batman, and I don't want him to be like the Uncle fucking Ben from Spider-Man in this universe because that would make me have issues. He can't be sitting around. Now he's fine in Batman Beyond, but I mean, outside of that, I feel like Batman and his little metahumans would be a really interesting Batman and his metahumans.
that's a good band name right there. It's a good band name.
I did it, y'all.
Batman. What's going on, guys? We're here from London. We're Batman and Metahumans. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Is it true that they're making a new season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? I don't know if it's real or not. I heard that they were talking about revamping the show, and they have reached out to Gemma's actress and asked if she would ever consider coming back. I don't know if that's true or not, though. Until I see an official announcement, I don't know. I'm not going to say anything. It could just be word of mouth.
I have no idea.
Let's see. I want to see a movie featuring Martian Manhunter as the leader of Stormwatch. That would be fucking cool.
I would love that.
Fucking cool.
Absolutely awesome.
I would. Yes. That's why they won't do it because we want it. They don't want to give us what we want. They
give us what they give us what we're supposed to have. They're not the heroes. They're the heroes we deserve. I guess I don't know.
They're not the heroes we deserve. Pardon me. Maria dropping the Arrowverse Barry Allen diss track. I mean, hey,
it's a Christmas album. It's a Christmas album too. So maybe want to pick it up before the season comes
out. We got another one coming out 2022. Be on lookout. I am the fastest dick alive. Lying is a damn sin. Black Lightning telling Barry that is a damn lying sin. I'm telling you, when he said that, my popcorn would choke me out. I was on the ground.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that was a shock to me too when you said it. Like, you're the best of all of us.
I was like, Lord,
excuse the fuck. I beg your black
pardon. I was a Flashpoint movie. I was like, is this real life? Is this the Earth I was born on?
Like I said, to me, it's like I was like, I beg your black pardon, Black Lightning. Excuse me. What did you say to him?
Hey Barry, you're the best of us. Why are you trying to make this boy feel better about himself? Don't try and lift him up. He's stupid.
Don't hype him. Don't hype him.
Don't tell an idiot that they're the best.
Seriously, don't do that.
Others down like that.
Seriously, don't you dare.
No, Barry, you were not the best of us, baby. I'm sorry.
No, Bart was the best of y'all, honestly.
Yeah, Bart. I like Wally too.
Yeah, Wally actually was pretty cool, but Bart, Impulse. And his enemy, Inertia. What a stupid! I don't care. That was I hate how they killed him off. If you didn't read the comic books, yes, they killed off Bart Allen.
Well, and my other problem, like the whole situation with Grant Gustin's Batman, and of course with Black Lightning. He was getting in his feelings and he was like, I need you to take my power. So he felt like throwing lightning at a man who was a fucking conductor was a good idea. I mean, he's just telling you had science classes. You majored in science. You work in CSI. Why are you dumb? Like, why don't you understand how electricity works? I'm like, you are the best of us, Barry Allen. Maybe he wasn't meaning it in an actual way. He was like, you the best of us, Barry Allen. Oh yeah, you. I
can understand it as sarcasm. Sarcasm, I get.
You okay, Barry? You the best. You the best. You the bestest boy.
Was like Hancock? No, Barry Allen, you a good job. Shut up, man.
Nobody does it better than Barry.
No one does it better than Barry. Barry does it better than everyone ever.
Barry's always the winner.
And I know
I've
spoken to Barry Allen myself. He's a good man. Like, shut the fuck
up. My name's not Black Lightning either. I'm an imposter. The Barry Allen diss track is a real crowd pleaser. I mean,
this track is a real crowd pleaser.
Goku is the worst parent. He's a parent. He is a damn sperm donor.
Like, when you using the word parent very freely there, just
Yeah,
Just
I think that's a very loose word, a very loose definition of the word. Goku is a martial arts savant and a man child. Like, no, he's a child. Like
my
martial arts savant and a child.
I've been saying this since forever, and people always say like, "Why Goku do dumb shit?" Goku, as a baby, was dropped on his head.
Yep. Goku didn't know what kissing was.
Goku's never kissed his wife, so he claims. Seriously.
Really?
In Dragon Ball Super, Trunks kissed Mai or something, and Goku's like, "Oh, that's gross." He's like, "What are you talking about?" He said he kissed her, and Vegeta's like, "What? It's just a kiss." Yeah, that's gross. Why would you do that? Vegeta's like, "You're a married man. You never kissed your wife?" He goes, "No, that's gross." She's like, "Are you kidding me?" This is in the sub and the dub. They say this. Like Goku has never kissed Chi-Chi.
So the real question is, why is Chi-Chi stupid? I'm like, that's the real problem we have. Why are you with this person? Why are you with this
I'm
person?
just saying, man. It's weird.
Oh my god. Okay.
Got that from Bardock.
It's two whole ass married people. I can't even imagine being married and not kissing my spouse. So I don't understand how you go through all these years. I mean, to be fair, if you really clock how many hours he's been home, I'm like, I don't know. You don't kiss your wife and that's gross, but you think you stick your wang in her and make babies, and that's not gross.
He did, not by choice. I'm sure what happened was probably forced. I don't think Goku just like Chi-Chi plays with it, and Goku's like, "Oh, that's weird." Chi-Chi's like, "Now sit still." And Goku's just like, "No, wait. Oh, this feels kind of nice. Hold on. Can we eat after this?
Is this a form of training, Chi-Chi?
Yeah." He's like, "Yep,
yes, and we get a surprise 9 months later.
Yep, good exercise, Goku. Real good exercise." Like that's
Lord.
because Goku is so inept. Like I swear, he got dropped on his head, and he's slow now. His IQ was halved, and that's what he's going through in life.
Oh my god!
Like,
he got that from Bardock, his father.
Yeah, being a martial, being a fighting genius. Yeah, actually, Bardock, I think, was the strongest saying underneath like Prince King Vegeta. I think he was reaching, I think, because Bardock's power level was like 8,000, 10,000, something like that. And I think King Vegeta's power level was like around 15,000, something like that. Like so, like Bardock was reaching his level, which was not known for third class Saiyans to do. He was really strong, but I mean, in comparison to like Frieza's forces, they weren't shit. I mean, hell, Dodoria was like around 20, 25,000. So I mean, like it, whatever. But as far as like the rest of the world, I mean, think about it. Goku punched down the tree with one punch. When Goku was a child, his power was like 10 to 15. That's tree knockdown level. So if anybody at a power level 100 or above is a superhuman. Like for us, that's like, you don't even make sense at that point. Like, but then again, if we're playing with Dragon Ball Z's power scaling, it is absolute nonsense and it's never consistent. It makes any sense.
Yep.
So I mean, like,
it is what it is. Yeah, it's Hollywood. It's Hollywood. Yeah, it's crazy. The Flash made DC and Marvel work together. I mean, they've worked together in the past. People always assume that people at DC and people at Marvel hate each other, and that is not the case. The fans do. It's not the people that work.
The fans hate each other, and the presidents of the companies hate each other. You know who doesn't? The writers of the comics, because they're just storytellers.
Yep, they don't give a fuck. They were like, if they look, I guarantee you, if either company offered them more money, they jump ship in a damn minute. Money talk. Money.
It ain't like The Simpsons and Family Guy. It's just
nope.
They weren't really feuding. It's just two companies trying to make their best dollar.
Yep. I want to see a movie where Waller and Luthor form their own U.S. sanctioned Justice League to fight the Justice League proper.
Next question.
That will never happen.
That would never happen. That's a fun what if though. What if? Y'all remember that series we did? What if? Remember how much fun that was?
We can still do more though. The Cod piece is a Marvel villain too.
Cod piece, Mighty Endowed. And if y'all don't remember, the Mighty Endowed's powers was she can make her boob so big that it hypnotizes people. I know, right?
I mean, look.
Just as a reminder.
If somebody who has a large chest, that'll be a power that I would not want to have. For many reasons that I will not get into right now. Like Weasel looked creepy as hell in the Suicide Squad. I agree. He also looked like he was perpetually freaked out all the time. He was like, ooh. That's exactly how he looked. It was like, what the hell is that? Oh my god!
Like man, kill it with fire. Jesus Christ, that's a nasty looking thing. Ugh.
Yep.
Now he's out there eating children.
The intro music, son, was cool. The song for the intro. Yeah. Peacemaker had one of the best damn comic book TV series openings ever. I fucking love that. That dance was ridiculous, but I loved it. Dollar Tree Deadpool. DC's Deadpool is called Red Tool.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a character. You talking about Wayne Wilkins? Yeah, that's a character. Yeah. Lost an arm, trying to have Harley Quinn and shit.
I would be very happy to watch a show entirely about vigilante beating down white supremacists. I would love that shit too. Vigilante's actor's performance has been amazing. I agree with that. Absolutely. The funny thing about this discussing about Vigilante being a dollar store Deadpool is that Deadpool began as dollar store Deathstroke. Absolutely. 100%. A lot of people don't know that though. They don't know that. I mean, technically speaking, Deadpool was a parody of Deathstroke.
Yes. And that's what made him so awesome.
Funny. Yeah. Econ broke his leg by just tripping. How messed up is that? That whole thing and his bone popping out. Ugh.
You know what? I love it because he's had such a hard win streak, and then he just loses.
Yeah, I mean, he's been very successful at keeping them alive, so it makes sense that he was like, you know.
But you know what's funny about it? When he broke his leg, I bet
he still crawled all the way out there.
And after he broke his leg, but everybody was watching was like, "Oh my God, the trump card is gone. How will they win this now?" Because it's like he's always been there in the clutch for some reason, which makes no sense. And when he broke his leg,
he still did something because he crawled with his bone popped out of his leg to bring the help to them.
Yeah, which is strange, like, dude.
Yeah, you just catch you gotta give him props for that shit because he did.
That's true. That's true.
Judo master caught Vigilante off guard. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, he did.
No, I mean, considering he can see things on the side, I don't know how he did that. I guess he must have just been in his feelings. With the Star situation, that was something they were trying to keep under wraps government-wise. I believe it. So I will tell you, I'm going to tell you something about the cow. I felt so fucking bad for the cow.
I did too, actually.
Because he looked sad. Like he didn't, like it didn't want to be doing that. I mean, literally, they're just milking it all the time. And I felt like, when you think about cows, actual cows doing that, it's really, I always feel bad. I think Doctor Who has me feeling sad about that shit because there's always like an alien that it's like being held or tortured or doing something at the benefit of other people. They did that in Torchwood too. There's always like different shows that you can watch where they show you how they abuse these animals. And like, I felt so bad for that cow.
Like,
I wish there was a way to teleport it back to its planet so it wouldn't have to die,
Because like that was just, it's just that whole, I had to find a new name. Except today, I can become a doctor, but no one human has anything to say to me at all. He was so angry about that damn whale. Like that was shit. I was kind of like, I was disappointed in him. I made him real upset.
Yeah, but I mean, even the whale, the reason the whale even did what it did is because it was
for the children. It was torturing, but it was
so bad.
It was going to save the kids anyway. They didn't have to do that. And it's like, like y'all some assholes. Y'all
remember that's exactly what happened in this episode of Doctor Who. They had like the space whale, and like this whole city was riding on it, and they kept zapping his brain. And it literally was going to help you anyway.
I know, like why
didn't have to do that? So yeah,
I feel like Peacemaker's resolve was he should have just got rid of Goff and shit. Get rid of the space cow. No, just keep it because it's a big dumb animal. Like
I mean, it was basically being held by them against.
Yeah, seriously. Like
so you don't kill the victim. I felt so bad for that cow. I really did.
Like it wasn't necessary. It's like y'all getting food from this horse and they shoot the horse. It's like why would you shoot the horse? Now you can't have shit. And then going around and kick everybody.
You know what? You want to go get that salmon? You're gonna have a grilled night on the beach? Well, guess what? I shot the damn salmon.
Like how'd you shoot it? Now can no one have it? Yeah.
That was an a-hole approach. Thanksgiving are going to be awkward at the Waller house. Yep.
Have fun with that dinner shit.
I mean, you're assuming they actually had holidays at the house. That Waller is the type of chick that has snipers watching her table. Who touched the dress in this month?
Waller, I guarantee. Waller has no man in the house. It's just her and whatever man she sleeps with during that week. I guarantee there's a button underneath her kitchen table right now, like at a grocery store. She can just boop.
Well, I will tell you this: she'll have nothing in holiday tables like Aunt May from the Tobey Maguire movie.
That was insane.
because when a certain someone put his hands in the damn sweet potatoes, she was like, "Bam! What the fuck?"
He was like, she did it quick too. Pop.
She's like, "Norman,
No.
why don't you go cut the turkey, mofo? Get your hands out my shit."
But she got lucky though, because he was about to snatch her by her neck.
He really wasn't. I really think the anime could have took his ass right there. He didn't have a suit. She could.
I'm not gonna lie. I would love to see her read a comic where like that same scenario played out, but then Aunt May was like, "I don't think so." I'm like, "Oh snap!"
Look, if we can bring Alfred from DC and Aunt May together and make them like a team, man, watch out. Because remember, Aunt May has a power that nobody else has. That is the ability to stay 200 years old and never fucking die. So like, for fucking ever. So, Aunt May is, I mean, you got to really question how she was able to do that for so long. I'm like, because
Mephisto.
Look, no, check this out. Spider-Man's wife was in danger every week. Aunt May was normally okay. Because, you know,
Mephisto.
they came to the house group. They came to the house, but they didn't leave.
Like, Mephisto.
No, probably. She came and she's like, "Hey, I made chicken cacciatore." What? I thought you were attacked by one of the members of the Sinister Six. What you think is in the chicken cacciatore, Peter?
Like, Peter's like, Aunt May, this the whole finger? Oh, one of the ingredients didn't cook.
No, that's a carrot, dear. They're just a little whiter.
Like, Aunt May, what's that red ring on your finger?
I mean,
like, Aunt May, this cacciatore was really way more red than usual.
Oh Lord. I'm for Mr. Terrific and the Terrific movies. That or a TV series. That would be cool.
Oh, that'd be so dope. Oh my God, I'll watch that. HBO Max, make this happen now.
Yeah. even if they move to Dakota, they still have street level crimes.
I'm so serious.
Shock is getting his live action movie on HBO Max produced by Michael B. Jordan. I mean, yep. I mean, hell, I mean, Naomi's in damn Oregon. You've got Stargirl in Nebraska. Yeah, nowhere safe. Nowhere safe. There's nobody safe. Singer butchered the X-Men mythos in his movies. His interpretation of Magneto was downright disrespectful. He destroyed Rogue. He destroyed Storm, Magneto, Professor X with Sir Patrick Stewart. I'm here for that. Mm-hmm. Especially since it looks like he's going to be doing a cameo in Doctor Strange too. I am here for that because it makes sense. They got to introduce the X-Men some kind of way, and we're not going to have the Illuminati if we don't got Professor X and Beast and everybody involved. So I mean, it is what it is. But I am absolutely looking forward to that.
My God.
Yeah, Bryan Singer's ass. You know, I love Revanche. I love Quanon. I had to put up with Psylocke, even though it was Betsy Braddock. Yeah, but this man, hell ass, did not realize that number one, that Psylocke was actually not really Japanese originally, did not realize she was British and had a British accent. I mean, he didn't realize shit. And the girl, I think it was Olivia. It wasn't Olivia. Who played her?
Who played who again?
Who played Psylocke in that damn movie?
It was shit. I gotta look that up. That movie, I hated. I saw that in the theaters too.
Yeah, like
Olivia Munn.
That's what I'm thinking of. So Olivia Munn had to educate him on her character.
Yep.
When you have to educate a director on who the fuck he cast you as, that is a problem. That is a whole problem. So yeah, entirely. He's an idiot. He's the only director in the history of time who butchered 2 different comic book properties, 2 different comic book universes, and still tried to blame the fans for it. Like right? Superman Returns. He's like, well, I made a movie for women and they didn't go see it. Fuck you. No, you didn't. You did not. You made a movie for you and it didn't pan out, and your ass just got him. He's always doing like that.
What do you call that? He really called that?
Google it. Look up Bryan Singer blames women for the failure of Superman Returns. Like, you're a mess. That's what you are. Do you think if you watch a show you actually like instead of Batwoman that your problem with losing subs would disappear? I feel bad for you having to watch Batwoman. I know we already went over that question, but probably. Probably.
Damn, he really did. Holy shit.
Look. I told you I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true.
Oh my God. Dude, Get over yourself. Jesus Christ.
That's what he does. And as a queer person, I get offended whenever he says, oh, people didn't like the other shit because I'm gay. No, they don't like it because you suck. There's a difference.
Like, Brian,
I mean, that's the real reason.
Brian, are you really in the comic books, my guy?
No.
You $2 looking Doctor Strange. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Oh, so yeah, thanks to DC, the actor who played Myrn has been cast in a disclosed role for Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and it's hinted at that he's playing an important role. Oh, well, good for him. He needs to get more. He's a damn good actor. I'm here for that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's funnier seeing Hardcore rejecting Peacemaker anyway.
I mean, it is.
She looks like she's not rejecting him anymore. She grabbed his hand in the hospital room. So, I mean, that's, that's a thing. And the social science of racism is defined as social system that enforces a power between racial groups. Yeah, no matter how you say it, racism is basically what it's basically implied to be, and ignorance is literally it basically comes from everything. It basically is anything you could potentially think of that you don't understand or know, whether it's you being aggressive or negative or actually just being passive and stupid. It has basically an umbrella power, because you were under umbrella when you were ignorant, and you're saying things whether you mean it or not. It can be classified as ignorant. It does not dive into like the other realms of racism or anything until it actually is more specific. When I'm saying, you know what? I don't like your ass because you're Asian. I don't like your ass because you're black. I don't like your ass because of this. And I'm better than you because you are not this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
what I'm saying. Like when I was talking about earlier, is a difference between being a racist and practicing racism. Are two different things. Like the act of racism itself is based on ignorance. You can do some racist shit and not realize it. Or
so, I was responding to the comment when he said that like White Dragon and Peacemaker were racist asses, and I'm like, no, that's not true, because only White Dragon technically is. White Dragon is a racist. His son is ignorant, and I do give him. I gotta give him props, because he did see that his dad was full of shit, and he did not subscribe to the shit his dad was saying. Even in the flashback when his brother put up the sign, like he was doing that. He's like, is that a white power sign? Like, because he didn't know, because he wasn't subscribed to that shit. So that's why I don't agree that he's a racist.
My thing is like, I'm not saying he's a racist. Like, White Dragon is a racist, period.
He's a textbook definition of a damn racist.
Peacemaker subscribes to racism in general, but not like on the scale. Like, there's a difference between in practice or like doing things even ignorantly so, but then self-ascribing yourself to be of such a thing. Like, I wouldn't call Peacemaker a racist, but does he do racist shit, or does he have racism in him? Yeah, he has no choice. But I wouldn't call him like, dude,
I don't know. See,
you're a
even
damn
in
racist.
The show, though, I feel like he would ask questions because they were ignorant. He wasn't going around he wasn't walking around saying, well, damn, Adebayo, you know it's time for you to go eat fried chicken and watermelon. That's racist. When he was saying shit, like when she got a picture of her wife's vajayjay, and he was about carpet munching. That's fucking shit he subscribed to, because that's where he heard it. He Googled it. He would not have known that term on his own. His dad sure as hell didn't teach him that shit.
But see,
so it's ignorant.
on that same thing, what Peacemaker said was a sexist fucking thing. However, Peacemaker is not a sexist.
Yeah, like I said, he's not a racist. He's not sexist. I don't think he even subscribes to it. I think he's just so fucking ignorant. He doesn't even realize that that's what he's doing. Because who was going to teach him? By the way, where's Peacemaker's mama? Remember I told you how parents don't matter in comic book movies and shit? I'm telling you, if you get one parent, you don't have to know about the other one. They don't exist.
Hey,
his daddy just shit him out.
His dad fucked a lot of whores, so it's no telling. Like, it could be anybody from that damn trailer park, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's very true. I'm trying to move down, because I know we're getting close to we're at 241. We are rolling. We need to roll a minute. Peacemaker invading a Latin American country, for instance, would make him racist regardless of his beliefs. Well, I mean, let's be true to the storytelling here.
That wasn't by his choice.
That was not by choice, and he wasn't the only one. So I guess that makes every character in there, regardless of national necessity, to be a racist. Yeah, because they all invaded the Latin American country.
Yeah, on that level, it's one thing when you do it because you want to or you choose to. Another thing when you have orders, and an entirely different thing was a bomb in the back of your neck. If you don't do it, I'll kill you. So
if you rolled in the country and walked up to the house and said, hey, I'm taking this house, I'm now the president, all you are now my subjects because you are Latin American and I am better than you, then I would say yes. That's what his dad would do.
Like
That's racist.
a conquest based on xenophobia and ethnocentrism would definitely consider you racist.
I
But
mean,
like
it would
in this
be just
case,
another colonizer. I mean,
but in this
it's not what
case,
he did.
no.
No.
He didn't hate the people. They were just they were enemies in his way. So it was like, well, kill,
Yep.
die. Like, oh, they were on our side. Oh shit, my bad. So
Yep.
like,
And quite frankly, they didn't even know if they were going to make it off the beach because they were all the other teams they saw up there got shot down. So I mean, yeah, I don't feel like that's not a good example of racism. I'm sorry, it's just not. Him walking into Wakanda in the Marvel universe and being like, "I own this shit, bitches, because I'm white." That's racism.
If he walked into Wakanda, was like, "So are your dicks really that big?" I mean, I'm a white guy, so I can understand it. See, that'd be some racist shit to say, like Peacemaker. Why would you say that out loud?
But the thing is,
with your whole chest.
He would not get that was racist because you know what? Other fucking minorities and other people that there's a big stereotype that if you're black, you got a big winger. I mean, that's a big stereotype. Now Groove's like, but it ain't with me. Whatever. I had to fill in the blank there because I know Groove very well. But when somebody comes out and says, "Oh, you really have a big whatever," because that's what they say about you, it's ignorant. Is absolutely ignorant because I mean, quite frankly, I have to take it as ignorant because you have no idea how many people walk up to me that are actually Hispanic and speak Spanish to me without asking me if I'm Hispanic. Yeah, and I'm not.
But
to me, I could be like, "Wow, you're racist," but I can't be that way because it's not. It's just ignorant.
Like I said, but then again, it's still a racist question because you assume something based on an ethnicity standard. But that happens a lot. Like America is very black and white, so to even I said for people to say like, well, I'm not racist. You have some racist thoughts. You just can't help it because our country is made on that foundation with that in debt. But like to say he's a racist by proxy is, I don't think that's correct. I think
like I said, I think ignorance, it basically encompasses a lot of stuff, but like assumptions do not always mean racism. It actually just means you are not educated. I just feel like there's a stark difference between being a racist and being ignorant as fuck.
I'm not saying, won't say he's a racist, but he said a lot of racist shit. I will say that.
He said, well, I mean, he said some things that, you could take as racist. He said some things that were sexist. He said some things that are homophobic. And then when he realizes what he's saying,
he corrects himself eventually.
Well, then,
kind of, sort of correct. But but like I said, so he doesn't mean to offend, nor does he mean to be dumb. He's just saying what he knows. So like he has a lot of unlearning to do. That's what it is.
Serenity, hey girl, but Ollie is a billionaire, so yes, Canary, I am judging you if you go Hawkeye over Ollie. I am too, sitting in that damn apartment with like no lights, like no lights. Got the same pizza for 1 week.
like you can say what you want about Ollie being a kind of a dork and a wannabe Batman and shit, but in my opinion, he's still better than Hawkeye. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. He just is to me. I don't know. I've read a Green Arrow comic or two. I've never read a Hawkeye comic in my life. So
he has some good runs. I'll have to show you a few of them. He has some pretty good runs, but it just depends. It goes back to who writes it. It's just always going to be that way because there are shitty comics on for everybody depending on who writes them.
Matter of fact, I didn't hear a Hawkeye until I played the fucking Avengers game on Sega Genesis. That's where my knowledge of Hawkeye comes from the very beginning. I'm like,
do you two have any thoughts on Disney Plus bringing back X-Men, the animated series? Yes, about fucking time. I'm like, and they got the original most of the original cast back too. So and apparently it's gonna pick up. It's not gonna be a reinvention. So I'm down with that.
I'm dope. Bring back Morph. I want Morph back right now.
I love Morph. I like Leech. Leech is such an underrated damn character.
Yeah.
Bring back all the Morlocks. We did get Aquaman telling Flash to go F himself, and Ezra Miller needed to be told that. Thank you.
Y'all got so much hate for that man. I don't hate him like y'all do. I just don't care.
It don't matter.
I don't even understand.
I don't have a hate for Ezra Miller. I think he's touched a little, but he creeps me out. He creeps me out. Like if he was sitting in my home when I came home, just sitting in a chair, even if he was doing like they do in like video games, where people just haul ass walk in your house. Like, something I never understood in video games is like you just sit there and it's like somebody just walks in and is like, hey, and then you start telling them your whole damn life story, and I don't know what that's about either. If I walked in my house and he was sitting like Animal Crossing style in my chair in my house, I don't even own a gun, but one would appear in my hand because he is fucking creepy. He is creepy. He's like, secret strangler in the corner creepy. That he creeps, his face creeps me out. I can't help it.
I guess.
And then when you look at the Justice League movie, that slow-mo scene when he's looking at Iris, I'm like, I can't handle this emotionally. Am I gonna watch the Flashpoint movie? Yes. Will he make me uncomfortable? Hell yeah. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, Michael Keaton's in it. I gotta watch it.
I will hate it if you're right, but whatever.
It's just creepy. Your wife agrees with me. She saw his face in that movie too. She said, "Creepy shit."
Yeah, I know. I've heard her say it.
He looks creepy. Let's see here. Need to know about the best America Chavez comic to read. There's not a lot of her. Like they have Made in the USA, which is actually okay. It's a little road trip one where she finds out she has a family member she didn't know about. I'm not gonna tell you what because that's a spoiler. That was pretty good. There was one that I just read that reinvents her entire effing backstory, where the utopian parallel never existed, and she was actually a lab rat. And it's like a reinvention of America Chavez. So instead of her being from the utopian parallel, she had a rare disease, and she had a sister, and her mothers were scientists working with this crazy guy who reminds me of Dr. Love from DC, the one that was injecting all those babies and made Wildcat. Yolanda's Wildcat, I said, not Ted Grant. And so he reminds me of that. And they were trying to cure her, and it gave her abilities, and it gave her sister abilities. And so in America's mind, she thinks she's from this parallel universe, but in reality, she had a serum that made her have all these powers. And it's really interesting. I'll try and see if I can find the name and post it in the comments later, or description later. But yeah, it just came out like at the end of last year. So it's the latest one. But yeah, anything that, like, if you look at Civil War II, she had a pretty good run with War Machine in that. And if you look at, the Young West Coast Avengers are always fun too. So, but yeah, I love America Chavez. A lot of people don't like her. They say she's so OP. I'm like, I like her because she literally just says whatever the fuck's on her mind. She's queer. She don't apologize about it. And like it or not, I mean, I know they say she does cultural appropriation because she speaks Spanish, and she, pretty much acts like she's Latina.
She's a Latina character, though.
She's supposed to be from the utopian parallel, which is not it's a world that is not a Latin American or Hispanic based world. But if you really think about it, we can argue all day about that. But let's talk about throughout history how Star Wars, Star Trek, all these different places have these people that are white. So I mean, Kryptonians used to be all white. You never saw any people of color until now.
I mean, shit. So, we had Star Wars, the rebels spoke American accents.
Look at Vulcan. You got Asian Vulcans. I mean,
I would say as far as language concerned, the rebels spoke with American accents, and all the troopers and shit, and Death Star and everybody else on the Darth side, the Darth Council, all spoke with British accents. So I mean, but do they have a British accent? Why would they have one wherever planet they're on in that galaxy far, far away? So I mean, we're playing with language, man. That's just a game to play. Like, you don't know that entire world or entire universe's history to make that call. Like, that's appropriation. You don't fucking know what goes on there. It's
like I said, world. we here in society, we decided what culture was and what language was and all of that shit. So I mean, to other people on other planets, if they're out there, which they probably are, they probably look at us like, "No, you're all from Earth. Shut up. you're all Earthians." Shut your hole. Yeah, we need ways. For some reason, we always have to have a way to differentiate ourselves from each other. It's just what it is. We are creatures that don't like to be alone, want to be in social clusters, but do not want to be. We want to stand out all the time. It's very interesting how.
Thank you, internet.
We are oxymorons. Most racism in the real world isn't motivated by overly white supremacist ideology, rather by people exploiting and enforcing existing inequities of power for ulterior motives. Yeah, and what's interesting? If we really sat down and thought about all of this, I am not a conspiracy theorist, but I believe that our society, especially here in the States, we're made up of people that work jobs, whether in corporate or at whatever level, entry level, white collar, blue collar jobs, that are working every day for our livelihood, But in retrospect, we're working every day to make the richer have more. That's literally it.
That's the
That's
reality
what
of
we
it.
do. That is our reality. Everything about our
But
society is to give those who have more,
that's
and
true.
to give
That's
those who have less.
what you're explaining is the wall, but what we're taught is the painting that's over it. So
I know.
like that's yeah, but like what you're saying is not wrong because I
No,
mean
it's
really
not. I
it is.
mean, if you
It's
all you have to
all
do
it's
is look at our
classism at the end
education
of the day.
system, look at our healthcare system, look at everything in place for us. It's not. I mean, I can write a paper on this shit. There's nothing, if you really think about it, it is nothing but modern day slavery. And that's what it
It
is.
is. Well,
So that's not a conspiracy theorist. That is the real life.
yeah.
And when it's time for you to do your taxes every year, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you will understand exactly what I'm talking about. There are systems in place to keep those that have too much have more, and there are places system to check to keep people from having more. And sometimes you can cross a little bit into that world, but not far. So yeah, it's a heavy distraction to have people hate each other and have all of these issues against each other to keep seeing from what's actually happening around you. And so, yeah, it's fucked up. So it's a thing, y'all. It's a thing. Let's see here. In the movie, Peacemaker expressed that he agreed with the invasion ideology. In the movie, Peacemaker was saying all kinds of crazy shit. And let's be clear, Peacemaker is a product of his dad's bullshit.
Yeah.
And I applaud him for seeing he literally got shot in the head, like, and had epiphany about life and was like, you know what, this is garbage. And he also told his dad, even prior to that, even before Suicide Squad, he told his dad that he didn't believe what he believed. And that's what caused a bunch of shit between him and his dad to begin with, because his dad felt like he was a reject.
Like I said, not to defend the
So,
character in this way, because we can't really speak for the character because it's a fucking character. It's fictional.
it's a
But
character.
but if we're playing on how in the movie he agreed with the invasion, and this is where how he did kind of see the point in the butterflies taking over people. Peacemaker is not saying that over a white supremacist racist ideology. Peacemaker is agreeing with that because he has always fought in control of his own life and feel that people need to be saved. Like he should have been saved. That's why he's thinking that. He's not thinking about that on a racist level, but more on a how can people be better because I want to be better level. If they can save us all, they can save us all. But in the end, he chose, well, in the movie, he didn't. In the movie, he did what he's supposed to do because he's trying to be a hero and working with the government is heroic. But in the series, you see he had a full 180 growth and decided, no, what my friends want was more important because taking people's humanity is a fucking terrible thing to do. I've been across the scenario before and I made a stupid ass choice, not doing it twice. But in the first movie, as far as he was concerned, the mission was over. That's it. And maybe he may need some direction, let them be. But like, he wasn't thinking about it on the level of like, these people are dumb, stupid, ignorant savages. He was thinking about it more along the lines of, for one, my mission is to say destroy the creature. And two, maybe it'll help them. Who knows? Who cares? Because he was trying to be more of a mission hero. And that
he wanted to be the hero. He wanted to be taken seriously as a hero. And he felt like if he did everything Amanda Waller wanted him to do and stayed on mission, no matter how fucked up it was, then he was right. It wasn't until that last line when he says, "And you call yourself Peacemaker, what a joke," or something along those lines, that it really dawned on him. Wait a minute. I'm like, I'm kind of fucked up. So, he didn't.
And plus, anybody
didn't get it. He's ignorant.
Anybody with severe abandonment issues, like he has, would always go for the path that'll make everybody else safer. Fuck the comfort; it's just safe.
Yeah, he's very sensitive too. Look when that little boy called him a loser, and
yeah, it hurt. It really hurt his feelings.
It hurt his feelings. I mean, he's a child. I mean, you can tell how he reacts to when people betray him, like how he was doing with Adebayo. He was like making that. That is
dumb
such
shit.
a juvenile thing. So yeah, he doesn't. I could see if he had a grown man's mentality. He doesn't.
No.
He has epiphanies, but he's not a grown-up in any sense of the word.
Whenever you go through extreme trauma like that, you know what age you were when your trauma starts, if you go through an issue today, depending on how you react to that issue and how you treat it, think about what age group would handle it the way you're handling it. And that's where your trauma starts. That's where your healing needs to begin. His starts when he was a little boy. And he acts like a like a 10 to 11-year-old every time something bad happens. And that's also how he processes, which honestly is really smart on James Gunn's part to write that into the story. That's very intelligent, very clever. But at the same time, he's not being a racist asshole. He's not even just silly or dumb or ignorant. He is ignorant, don't get me wrong. But he wants everybody to feel safe the way he wished to feel safe. After he killed his brother and his dad wanted him dead anyway, he had to find a safe space. That's where that little peacemaker persona is coming from. It's a safe space thing. And he will kill people to make sure people can have their safe space. Because he killed his brother, that the worst has been done. Who else couldn't he kill? Except when he killed his dad just now. Because now it was haunting the fuck out of him. So I mean, like, yeah, you know.
Yeah. I agree with everything that you just said with that. It's all down to childhood trauma. I honestly think that he stopped growing the moment he killed his brother. He stopped. He was stuck in that space.
And for the Latino's next comment, he's doing that because he's been hired or it really enforced by Waller and company. When you're treated like a soldier, and that's where you put, because Peacemaker's not acting like a traditional hero, like a soldier. It's really what he's doing, like a soldier for hire. And when you're out there as a soldier, you do soldier shit. Your mission says to find this out and go home. If you're not supposed to stop the threat, the real threat, you'll come up with excuses. So him saying like the whole forcing clemency between the Western power and the Latin American population was also racist. It is racist, yes, but was a decision his to make on his own? No. That's why we can't call him a racist directly, because he really isn't a racist. He just he made a racist judgment, but the judgment was based on the fact of my mission says I don't fuck with that. So to keep myself from joining y'all, this is what I'm doing to keep myself on a mission-based level. This is why he fought with the rest of them to come back where he had to go and stop the rest of this thing from happening. That's why Waller gave him more direction, because she knew he would do what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, well, and he swallowed the Kool-Aid. She got him convinced that he was doing the right thing. So, I mean, even this belief that he had may not even been his, because that's what Waller wanted to begin with. She needed that distraction to make sure the U.S. was not blamed for the bullshit that they actually were sponsoring there.
Exactly. If anybody
was covering their ass. And so they sent him in there knowing he was impressionable, knowing that his dad fucked him up, and he swallowed the Kool-Aid. But what they didn't count on was the fact that he has a conscience. Yeah, and he does have a conscience.
The true racist hero would be Waller, because Waller is trying to protect
they sent his father in there. That would have been a whole other fucking thing. He wouldn't have known. Now that's something I would have said. Yep, he is absolutely that way.
But they can't use white dragons. White dragon can't be controlled.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's interesting. So I kind of feel like if you really think about this, Peacemaker's character Chris is still that same 10-year-old boy that accidentally killed his brother. Yep. He's still stuck in that space. And now it's worse because now he killed his dad. And so he's seeing his dad everywhere he's going to. It's all PTSD. But if he truly was that way, he could not work with half the people on the Eagly squad. And he definitely would not be telling Adebayo she's his BFF.
The Eagly squad. I like it. And Latino's most recently, the last comment you said, I just want to close this out. A soldier, you're right, is good or evil, or is racist, non-racist, the government gens they facilitate. That's true. If you are an instrument for somebody else's ideology, then your racist is the ideology you're representing. That is very true. However, that was in that movie. In the series, he's not playing off of their ideology anymore. He's coming into his own. That's why calling him a racist in and of itself doesn't play well here. Like, calling him racist in the first movie, in the movie in general, actually got him good. Damn, fucking that. Calling racist in general in the first movie actually makes good, perfect sense, because he was following orders. You want to call about, and on that level, that's racist as hell. But racist by proxy, honestly. But still, whatever. But in this TV series, he's just
also
ignorant as shit.
You have to really think about and dissect that sentence. There's one word in there that just tells you why it's not accurate. Peacemaker was never in the military.
It's also true.
He's not a soldier.
But he was behaving like one. He was acting like one.
And there are many people out there that act like they've been in the military and act like they're soldiers. But that means absolutely nothing. It's like me putting on a Power Ranger fucking suit and jumping out the window thinking I'm a land. That's not going to happen. He's not a soldier. He never has been a soldier.
But he fancies himself one, though, for some reason.
He fancies himself to be a hero. He wants to be a superhero. That's what he wants. He's always said he was a hero. He never said he was a soldier at any time in that movie, at any time in this TV series. He has always fancied himself to be a hero. So Yeah, I agree that soldier mentality is that, but we're
Yeah.
not talking about a soldier. We're
No,
talking
he's
about a 10-year-old who was traumatized
he
by a
is.
racist piece of shit
Yeah, he's
and
well. I
and
mean,
actually had
traumatized.
to
Yeah, traumatized. Yes, he was.
traumatized.
But Waller recruited him as if he was a soldier. He was the only one of the entire team that was gung ho to do what he was doing. That
Yeah.
is soldier mentality shit.
It's it
Anybody
well, I
that
don't know.
says
I think it's more of superhero mentality thing because I think she played on the fact that he fancies himself to be a hero. And what better honor for a superhero than protecting their country? Yes, a soldier will have almost the same mentality, but they are going in it knowing that they can go in there and risk their lives to benefit, for the benefit of others.
yeah,
Peacemaker is just he's delusional.
yeah.
He's
Don't get me wrong,
literally delusional.
but that actually
So
makes him worse because I mean because he's like yeah like on almost on his own with not even much forethought. Like I was man, there's so many veterans I've talked to. I work with a veteran right now. He's done a lot of things, but like when he talks about what he's done, like as he's saying before, when you're in the service, there is no question this shit. You just do it. It's when you get out of the service and you get your own mind and get some therapy, whatever else that you've done and stuff, whatever you've done, you start getting a little bit insight of like, damn, I messed up real bad. Like you don't stop seeing the people, the dreams don't end. It's like it's weird. Like it's fucked up. It's like in Peacemaker's case, not only is he bred and raised to be a violent killer type warrior, he was raised to be a soldier any damn way for his dad's racist army.
yeah, he was a racist soldier. But no,
Yeah,
like in the comics, if I remember correctly, he was in the army depot. But he
yeah.
was not, yeah, but in this universe, he was never established to
But
be anything
but
in
he
the military.
fancied himself one gosh darn it.
Yep.
So
But I
like,
mean, again, he always said, I'm a hero. I'm a
yep.
hero. I'm a hero. And so for
He
him, there's no difference between somebody who is like raised at special ops and being a superhero. The only thing
which
is he
is
was not trained as a soldier. He does not have soldier mentality. He has superhero wannabe mentality.
why when Waller gave him the mission in the first place, why he
He
subscribed
jumped
to
it.
what the hell she was
He was
talking
like,
about.
hell,
He just
hell, he willingly put a bomb in his head. He was like, yep, I'll do it. I got you. So
he really wanted to be seen as the good guy, even if what meant being a good guy was wrong. Which is why I kill for peace. That makes no fucking sense.
yep.
But he's still doing it. He didn't get the message
His
until
own ideology
after.
is completely backwards. But again, now that you've seen the TV, I wish the show had come out before Suicide Squad. It would have given
Actually, yes, it
it would
really
have given a
would.
lot of kind of exposition on his mentality. Because again, I'm telling you, I don't share my entire life with you guys, but I tell you like key shit. Like I don't hide things because I'm ashamed. And Rube knows my dad. My dad is a piece of shit.
Mhm.
He is an absolute piece of shit. And if I went by my dad was military, and if I went by what my father was, I would be so if I took what my dad taught me and shit to heart, I would be a very horrible fucking person. So let's put it that way. Because my dad says and does very horrible shit. So I know trauma is real. I know abandonment issues are real. I know that what you learn from the people that bring you into this world, regardless of whether you think so or not, it has an effect on you. So Peacemaker having that piece of shit as a father is worse than any boot camp, any mission, any special ops, anything he could have gone through, because that man got in here and got in
Mhm.
here. You can go out on a mission and be traumatized by somebody you shoot, or not be able to save somebody on a mission you were sent out to save, and you take that personally and it becomes a trauma for you. But when the person that reared you gets in here and gets in here, that's it. I
Yep.
mean, it's a very you are deprogramming yourself
He
for
is.
years.
He
So
was
that shit is
literally.
real.
He was literally a grenade ready to go off, and Waller pulled the pin. That's all it is. And that pin was
Yep.
finally pulled, and it was like, well, boom. And
Boom,
I know how that
shakalaka.
feels because the way I was raised, I understand that grenade pin mentality and ideology.
Yeah,
So it's like
my dad was the same. My
it's
dad
like
was
that.
a fucking grenade without a pin. That's the problem. Um I like it. It's cool that we can both goof around and get into meaty conversations in this space. I like it here. Well, we're glad that you like it here. We are glad. But yeah, I like that. To be honest, the Justice League is basically a superpower militia to the credit of Waller, Batman, Black Lightning, with various off teams, covert and over
Whatever.
undersell. I mean, let's be clear. Let's just say it. They're a bunch.
Batman
They're
Incorporated.
everything. They're all that.
Oh my
Plus, they
god.
subscribe to Professor Xavier's child labor force.
That's
Like,
upstairs.
you
And Batman
15
is
orphan? Get over here. You can fight. Every
shit.
Robin that Batman has is under fucking age. I mean, he should be CPS should be all over Wayne Manor. Like, how come we keep letting you adopt these kids or taking these kids off the street that we see you do, and then they
Because
keep dying?
Batman takes them right off the street. He don't even sign papers like this is mine. And they're like, Batman
Yep.
can't do that.
He's
Batman's
like,
"Hey, look,"
no, he not now, bro.
like, Batman can't do
He's
that.
like,
Here's-
look.
Batman goes, here's $2 million. Shut up and go buy a car.
You know what?
Oh,
I keep seeing Alfred in my mind rolling up in the Wayne Benz. Like, hey, little boy, you want a new life?
That's enough. That's enough of that. That's enough of that. No more. That's terrible.
Do you want to meet Master Bros? No,
Stop
take
that.
your ass home, Alfred.
That's awful.
I'm like, I don't know about that, sir. I mean, my friend went with you last week. His name was Dick, and he never came back. I'm like, what are you doing to the children?
Come on, young man. We have candy.
You know I'm right. You know I'm right.
We have Turkish delights.
You're like, and then look, then they get in the elevator down to the back cave. They're like, oh hell no, this is where it ends.
And then Batman's like, put this on. We're gonna go fight clowns.
On this leather seat style.
Imagine that. Imagine you're a 9-year-old. You come downstairs off this elevator to his large ass cave. Somebody throws you with a spandex with a Speedo. Says, come on, kid. Jump in the meanest convertible. We're gonna fight clowns. Like, the fuck is happening right now? Is this my life for real? This is really what's going on?
What's wrong with you? Are you weird? I mean, no, just because my parents died, I have a problem and an affinity towards bats. I want you to wear this little Speedo outfit, and my girlfriend dresses like a cat in a leather suit. Does not mean I'm odd. I'm
like, that's the point. Robin, Dick Grayson's like, hey, Bruce, you ever thought about talking to somebody about this?
Therapy is not a bad thing. But think about it. Think about it, though. If we were to write out mental health issues for all these comic characters, I mean, they all need therapy.
I slick want to do that, but that'll be a very convoluted discussion. And there's so many different universes of these characters. There's no telling. Because Jericho by himself is a whole case study that would take 3 hours to unfold. So, like,
you're not wrong. Hell, Xavier is fucked up. I mean, if you really think about it,
Xavier.
There are no stable ones. You know who the most stable comic book characters are to me? The ones that have issues and admit it, like Jessica Cruz, which I love her. She has PTSD because all her friends were like shot down in front of her. And she's like, I have generalized anxiety and PTSD, but I still have to make myself go out there and fight, even though I feel like shit. That is, I think, healthy. Honestly,
Magneto, he knows what he went through. He's honest about it. Like, no, I'm fucking angry. And people need to pay for this shit. Like, he says it before, he's going through the trauma stress he's gone through. It's like, no, and I want the world cleaned. So you're basically behaving like those that took your parents from you in World War II. And he'll look at you and be like, perhaps, but I get what I want.
Yeah.
Get off Genosha. Like,
then you have characters like Betty, that Betsy Braddock, who was like, I know that I was stuck in this Japanese woman's body and basically ended her life, and she was in my body and died initially from the legacy virus. But me, I had an eating disorder. I sucked. I couldn't fight. I wasn't good. And now look at how cool I am. And then it's like, so you want us to feel sorry for you? Like, you leveled up at the expense of a dead woman? I'm like, no, that's not how that works. That's called entitlement.
It's called more than entitlement. That's now that in essence is an example of white supremacy. But whatever, we're gonna skip.
Even though she didn't do it, she wasn't suffering from it.
Well, we're not gonna stay on that too long. If you want to see more about that, look at her character review of Psylocke and Betsy Braddock.
I did do a spotlight. Look at Group over here. Plug in the channel. I did do a spotlight video for Psylocke.
Back in the day,
I got one coming for Wildcat too, guys. I think I got figured out what's going on.
Her first videos back in the day. Go back to the early parts of the channel. It's in there. It's there. You can watch the whole thing. It's very detailed and it tells you everything you need to know. Like, oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, if you already know I gave you some education. I'm like, education. Last thing that we're going to see, and then we got to jump off here. We're over 3 hours. Magneto proclaimed never again because he didn't want any other family to be destroyed by human supremacy. Yes, he did. That's exactly what happened.
Very much so a Malcolm X character. I mean, it's true though. It's how he was
It's
written.
not wrong. You're right. All right, guys. That was our Peacemaker in a nutshell. I know that we're probably going to be doing more shows together because we like have a group on the show on Fridays because it's outlandish and crazy. It's just who we are, and this is actually how me and Groove talk to each other.
Yep.
I'm like, what happens? So our next show we'll have to get together about see what we're going to review. I know that we have other HBO Max stuff coming out. I know we're going to have Moon Knight coming out on Disney Plus, but I don't think that's coming out until March. It might be later. I have to go check.
Is it March?
I thought it was in March. It might be later. I don't know. Let me explain that 45-year-old brain I got. It don't work. So like you think it does, but your girl don't. You don't. It works out of a 24-hour day. 15 minutes. So yeah, and I think 15 of it got spent trying to be analytical on here. So just saying. But yes, we are going to have other shows that we're going to talk about. And I know that I said I was going to watch the rest of I started watching the Injustice movie. I was like, what is this shit?
It is. I told you. I told you. I
got angerous.
I told you.
What was happening?
I told you.
Lord, I was praying to Jesus.
It is wrong. It's so wrong.
I said, "Oh Buddha, why did you let me down?"
That Injustice animated movie is as wrong as 3 left feet. It is not right at all. But you know,
it was injustice watching that shit. So, I was not happy with that.
But
so,
if you want to have an angry review, we can review that crazy ass shit. That was terrible. I felt kind of sick after watching. Like, oh Jesus, I finished that damn movie.
I have not been feeling well for the past 3 days. You really want me to go through more trauma?
I mean, but this is something you can shit on directly. Like,
yeah, and that's what'll happen too. I'll have diarrhea the rest of the damn night. So yeah, we will be finding other stuff though to check out, and also yes, we'll be having our Yashahime stream tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. I do have another video I might be doing about Bugo Soul. I told you guys about it. It's kind of a twisted spin on a live action Demon Slayer. So Korean version on Netflix. Pretty good show. And I did post a video, if you guys have seen it, very short, about why you guys should watch All of Us Must Die. Or All of Us Are Dead, should I say. It's a Korean zombie horror series. It's basically almost like Train to Busan. The only thing about it is the zombies are a problem, but that is not the main shit that's going down. It's all the other shit that's happening to these high schoolers and these people in it outside of the zombie plague. So the zombie plague are basically just plot devices for people and humanity. And it's actually very, very, very well written. So it makes The Walking Dead look like a walk in the park. It is very fucked up. And I love it. It's very, very good. So but I did do a short little teaser video, so if you want to check that out, I posted that yesterday. 3 hours and 15 minutes, Groove. We're getting old. It's time to go. So guys,
getting old but don't look old. So hey,
I mean, we don't look old because we stuck in the moment. I'm stuck in the moment. You want to know where my blackness is? My black is not cracking. I'm just saying. All right. So if it is day for you guys, have a good day. If it is evening for you, have a good evening. And we will see you in the next stream and the next video. Bye, guys.
Later.